talk and make sure I got you, Kyle?
Hold on.
Hello.
Okay, Ben's good. Kyle, say something.
Yeah, I'm on the mic saying
Okay,
things.
we are ready to rock, I believe. Let me look and see if we're broadcasting. Yes, we are broadcasting. Okay, cool. We're ready to go.
Load it up as well.
Yeah.
We're recording now, yeah? Don't
We are
forget to hit
recording.
record.
I'm recording the audio. We got the stream happening. So if all else fails, we can use the stream. You guys ready?
How many times have you guys forgotten to record?
I think it happened maybe once, but ever since we went on YouTube, like we can just use that audio if nothing else. So it was a much bigger problem back in the day. So
I guess so.
Okay, did you have something you wanted to ask, Kyle? You said you didn't want to disturb me, but
No.
Oh,
It's
okay,
just that's why I was remaining quiet. Otherwise,
I
I'll just keep talking.
I don't know what to do with that. Usually it's what's Jenny like? What is he like? Anyway,
What you doing?
What's he doing?
Come on.
Okay. Are you ready,
It's,
Ben?
We
Always
live
ready.
now?
Okay. You what?
Let me check the live. I'm just checking the live feed.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Alrighty.
Here we go. The Veteran Gamers podcast is not for children, okay? So if you're listening and you're under the age of 18, turn the show off, you piece of shit.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Oh yeah, here we go, baby. Come on.
Welcome yo to the Veteran Gamers. Juju, Ginny, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you play this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Monsters come out and eat your peanut.
It's the Veteran Gamers. It's the Veteran Gamers.
Another reference by
It's the
Duke
Veteran
that no one
Gamers.
understands.
Yeah, boy. Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Xbox ain't got games. It ain't got games.
Oh God, I have to do the hosting, don't I? Oh, Jesus.
The pressure's on. The pressure's on. Welcome to the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
This is number, what is it number? I don't even know what number it is. Welcome everybody to the Veteran Gamers Podcast, episode 857. I'm Duke.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Ben.
Yay!
Duke's doing everything on the show
I'm doing
today.
everything. Stu is gone. Chinny is gone, but we have two awesome people filling in, Ben and Kyle. And we're glad you're here. What's been going on, fellas?
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, I want to hear what's happened to Ben, to be honest, because it seems like he's stuck in some kind of prison now.
Oh yeah.
It is a little echoey. I don't know if you
Ben.
can make it a little less echoey, Ben, but it's fine.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, that's fine.
Give me 1 second.
Kyle, while he's doing that, maybe you have a story time that you would like to play.
My favorite time. It's story time. Story
And by play, I mean tell.
Well, I'll just kind of start with the week. Yeah,
Yes.
it's difficult when you got to start thinking about these events.
Yes.
It's been a busy week. Obviously, I'm in the signage game. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not.
So I make vehicle graphics and banners and print all that kind of stuff. And I think since being on maternity leave, it's really good. It's just myself and the business. It's just been one of those mad weeks of just it's non-stop, where the week's just flown by.
That's like every week at my school.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it a thing that just happens when you get older?
It could be. I think there's some jobs where it's a little more like that than others, but I think if you have kids especially, you're going to have that problem. So, all right, check, Ben.
Yeah.
Let's make sure your mic's working better.
Okay, is this better?
Yeah, that's
Worse?
better. That's great. Thanks so
Better, I
much.
think,
Sorry.
yeah.
No, thank you.
So you said it was a crazy, hectic week, Kyle?
Yeah, so just mad week, busy speaking to people. It's one of those things in my business as well. I think because a lot of people think you print things, you can do things the same day or next day.
All you got to do is hit Control P, right?
Yeah, it's not like that. I mean, I wish it was sometimes. Although I love what I do, but having to deal with people is just a nightmare. For some reason, they leave things till last minute. They want it
Oh, yeah.
tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
You know, and yeah, I think it's maybe just being out the loop. You kind of just sometimes I think about charging the customer for a print experience, so they get to make their own sign. They can
There
actually
you go. Just give us exactly what you want on it. Otherwise, we're not doing it for you. My best friend Garrett actually was a printmaker. He worked in sign shops for most of his life, and he had the same kinds of things to say about customers. You know, they have vague instructions, and then they're not pleased when you don't have it exactly right.
Yeah, it's difficult to please because when it comes to artwork and things, I say, yeah, and I'm sure Chinny probably has the same thing in his field, but they go, I want it to look, modern and, just get everything, make it bold, make it bright. And
Yeah, right.
you do that for them and they go, yeah, I don't like it.
Right.
Well,
what
you
the
don't
fuck
like?
do you like?
Yeah, they go, and
Too
I'll
modern
genuinely
and
ask
it's too bright.
Yeah, yeah.
But then often, this is where you need to break it down with people, don't you? Is you need to I then ask the question, what don't you like about it? So in particular, do you not like how big it is? And for some customers, just like, oh, I like the whole thing. I just wish the text was bigger. But the only way they can articulate is I don't like it.
Right, right.
So it's yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to AI because I seem to be getting more jobs now with people just providing artwork and things.
Sure.
Because I think it's probably so easy for them to make logos and that
Well,
now.
yeah.
So yeah, in that case, I do press Control P. So,
There you go.
but yeah, otherwise, not much that I can recall this week. I'm sure I'll bombard you with another story.
Yeah.
But I did want to hear from Ben. Now that he's
Ben,
back.
you've been on the high seas.
Yes, I've been. I have a friend who does sailing, and he invited us to go around Montenegro all the way down to Lefgarda, Greece.
Ooh, that's exciting.
It sounds lush. Absolutely.
You're about to tell us it wasn't that lush.
Well, to be fair, my brother went the week before. He went from Lefgarda up to Montenegro,
Okay.
and that was a nightmare.
Uh-oh.
Dan and I literally text him like, "Hey, how's it going? Get me ready. Like, do we need the shorts? Do we need sun cream?"
Yeah.
They sent me a photo of them wrapped up in the wind and the waves are splashing
boy.
all over him, and his wife was vomiting. So I was like, "Oh my goodness, what have we signed up for?" Because we were doing the opposite.
And by then it's too late.
Yeah, I've already decided I'm doing it. So like, I'm just going to be ill and get You know, it's bad when you're Googling like what's the strongest seasickness tablets you can buy to like survive. But
are you a boat person though, Ben?
what? Sorry.
Are you a boat person? Do you go boating regularly?
No, I did boating once last year, when we got offered to move a boat from Sardinia, and basically he needed a crew to move it, so he was doing it super cheap. And I thought, yeah, I'll do that, and it was lovely. It was just beach to beach to beach. That was beautiful. This was not like that. This was 3 days of day and night sailing, not touching the ground.
Yeah.
Like, so day one, you're like, oh yeah, it's quite good, it's quite enjoyable. But they're like, the second night when you've just not slept and like you're just rocking back and forth, and you're going so slow and just time it, yeah. So it was an experience, and I enjoyed when we got to Corfu. We went beach to beach to beach those 3 days. I'm a beach.
A stationary boat person.
Yeah, if you can see the ocean but not have to be on it. Yeah.
My longest is 3 hours on a boat. I can do that, but 3 days of like 72 hours of just
That's a lot of being on the ocean.
And yeah,
Did you get seasick?
Do you know what? Because the wind was in our favor, was my brother. That's what made it ill.
Yeah.
We were okay, and I had these wristbands. I didn't believe in them, but I tried everything. You have these seasickness wristbands.
Really?
I'm telling you, they actually work.
Made of
You
what?
put them on- Just, I actually didn't look into the science.
Amethyst and like copper,
Crystal.
electricity. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I did everything. I was prepared.
That's
So
crazy.
I
Well, I'm glad it
cannot-
worked. I mean, hey, whatever works.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
found
it
the
was
reset
experience.
button somewhere.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I tell you what's mad, because I've been playing the game before. I'll talk about it in a minute. Is Sea of Thieves, so I want
Alright.
to experience it. But on the sea, because I was playing Sea of Thieves, there is moments like that in the game, or Pirates of the Caribbean. Like at night, the moon. I didn't realize the moon rises, but it sets also. Because you're up all
Slow
night,
down,
it's
what?
cold. No, but like
What?
it sets in like such a weird way.
Yeah.
Like I've never. because maybe I was just going crazy. And then just before the sunlight rises, there was this thick fog of like, do you know Dead Man Tells No Tales? Like thick fog. You couldn't see in front of your face. It was that thick, this fog.
Sure.
And you're there like in this boat just praying.
You're worried you're going to hit something.
Oh, mate. Yeah. And I understand why pirates and sailors drink because you have to drink to get on the level of the sea.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
2 or 3 rum and cokes, and obviously then the sea's not that bad. You're surviving. But if you're sober,
yeah.
Good luck.
I'm glad to be back on land. When I got back on land, I kissed the ground and I went and got an ice cream and all the things that like you just could not get on a boat. But yeah, it was a fun adventure. But I'm glad to be back.
Cool.
Do you think you got to find your boat legs, haven't you? That's what they say.
Yeah.
But do you think if you've been on the sea so long, when you get back onto land, you kind of need to settle again as well?
100%. When you're walking, like you literally feel like, you're
almost waiting for the ground to come back up again.
With the sea, you feel it in your footprints, so you don't just walk how you would walk on the street. You have to walk with the sea, like back and forth. So then, as soon as you're on land, I'm like walking like I'm
Yeah.
Not
I just also want to know where you meet all these people, where you can go on these excursions.
Yeah, really. Ben's got all the hookups, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother actually hooked it up. He met we go skiing with a friend who's got a ski resort. And
hold up, what windows do you clean, Ben? I don't understand.
No, this isn't how this. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is why you get these opportunities. I'm just a window cleaner. You've got to take them. So I was like,
that's some pretty good opportunity. You know, hanging out at the ski resort, going on the boat for 4 days.
Yeah, but you do it, and sometimes it's amazing, but other times it's complete duds. And my brother and his wife vomiting for 4 days solid. They were like, "Why?" No. Yes, but you got to shoot your shot.
Yeah, I've just come to the realization you clean all the windows on cruise ships. That's your job, isn't it?
There you go.
I wish. Yeah.
Well, maybe you don't wish, because then you'd be out at sea all the time.
Yeah, but let me tell
cruise
you,
ships are different, though, aren't
they? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but those that are sailing, near Iran, those tankers.
Yeah,
man, I hate to be on those tankers right now.
Well, yeah, with the mines in the water.
You're running out of water, food, and like the sea. Oh yeah, those poor people. So
yeah,
stay strong. If you're listening, I know because we've got a wide base of fans. If you're listening on those boats,
I think it's a bit of a stretch to assume that anybody on a ship in the Strait of Hormuz would be listening to this podcast. Although if you are, that's wonderful. Send us a heads up. There was a question in the chat about how Chinny is doing. Have we heard from him? Yes, we have. He just sent me, actually, I needed some information for the Zoom. And then I said, hey, okay, send me this code, because I had to log in, and then they sent a code to the Gmail, and I don't have access to the Gmail for whatever reason. Anyway, so he sent the code. I was like, okay, good. Now, send me a picture of Rosa with a new baby to make me happy. And he did, and they're both so very cute. So, yes, they're all doing very well over there at Shea Chinny.
Good to hear.
Yeah. Anybody got any other stories or things to say before we get to games?
No, I don't think so. Have you got any?
No, I've got one more week left until summer break. Hallelujah.
Nice.
But I've been grading papers this weekend, and it's been very, it's not even worth talking about, really. It's just that I didn't design the stuff that I'm grading. And so I have frustrations about the rubrics that we're using. I have frustrations about how I explained it all to the students. The students, many of them are lazy, and so they didn't do a good job on the assignments. So like I'm frustrated at every my other teachers that I work with, at myself, and at the students. So it's just this ball of frustration for that one class. But other classes, less stressful. It's been a great school year. I actually got a card from a student recently who said, she's not even in any of my classes. She's involved in Amnesty International Club that I sponsor at the school. And another friend of hers was in my class, and she mentioned this book that we read called Grendel. It's this really interesting philosophical novel. Anyway, so she wanted to read it, and she's like, can I borrow a copy? I'm like, yeah, please do. And so she did. And then like I set aside, 45 minutes to just talk to her about it. And then she gave me this card at the end of the year here that's like, because of that discussion, I've read 13 other books this year, and my 9th grade self, I never would have thought I would read so many books, and blah, blah, blah. So that was just really cool to know that I had that kind of impact on her, and she wasn't even a student of mine. So,
nice.
Yeah, but anybody I talk to is a student of mine, really.
Yeah, well, maybe in the summer, can we get you on the Continuum?
Yeah, why not?
because I'm putting you under pressure now because we're live, so everybody can hear. So,
I've committed. Can I get those
No, you gotta
wristbands?
do
Do they help during a podcast? I don't know why I would get seasick during the podcast, but I just like the idea of wearing cool wristbands.
The way the continuum, you know how we work. It's just conversation flows so much. It's just
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a
Maybe
good listen.
wristbands might actually stabilize us a little bit.
Yeah,
You know?
it could be. I don't know. But then you have no topics. You're just only talking about grading papers. That would not be an interesting show.
No, it's not.
Where are you going? Story time's over.
What have you been playing?
All right, here we go with the video games, people.
Oh, there's a veteran player.
Batman? Batman's a scientist.
It's not Batman.
All right, Ben, you have been away from our show the longest, so you are going to start us off. What have you been playing?
Well, before the boat, I was getting very excited. So me, my brother, and his wife decided to play Sea of Thieves.
Oh,
We come back every 3 months, I'd say. We randomly have a weekend or a time where all of us are free. We say, should we just hop on and see what's the latest updates, what's going on? Because, yeah, they're always updating it, constantly adding random events and stuff. So, yes, me and my brother and his wife did that, and we set sail on the seas, and we decided when we logged in what's latest. There was these rare megalodon, so they're giant sharks. There's like 3 of them in the map, and that was like, right, hunt them down and find them.
Yeah, go get them.
We were like, you know what, that'll be our mission. And we decided, we saw this fire one called the Feared Redmaw. And we were
Okay.
like, that's the one we're going to go. We can defeat it. So we got all the cannons, got all stocked up. But the thing about Sea of Thieves is it always keeps you just on that fishing hook of you almost killed it. You've almost got this, or you're just about to get this treasure, and then a ghost ship appears. This blinking megalodon was the most. He has this attack because he's like a boss on it,
Yeah.
where he will charge towards you, but then he'll be like a mining effect. So he'll go red, raw, and then just explode your whole boat
Yeah.
in one
Okay.
go. So we all geared up for about an hour, turned up, didn't know about this at the beginning, got absolutely destroyed. We were like, right, we go again, we get it all ready. Hundreds of cannons this time. Distance, we knew all the technique.
Like literally hundreds of cannons?
Literally 125 cannonballs
What?
we had.
Oh my goodness.
Right. And this thing, I don't know what they put as the health meter, but it would not die.
Oh.
We literally used all the cannons, everything, but you can't leave the area
Yeah.
because it could despawn.
Right.
Or so you have to try and stay.
So you
So then
can't
the
you
Sea of
can't
Thieves-
resupply or nothing.
Well, no. Every so often, Sea of Thieves, because like, oh, he's trying to do it, but they ran out of cannons. They'll send a box and you see it. But you have to
Really?
hook it with these skills.
Okay.
to try and
Okay.
get
So the
cannons
game
off.
will re-up
But-
for you.
Yeah. But as you're trying to do that, these sharks exploding, dropping mines, biting us. So my brother's wife, Nikki, she was the booketeer. She was just for the whole 2.5 hours of trying to kill this thing. She's like, didn't even see the shark once. She just was
2.5
booking that
hours.
stuff. It took
Jesus.
2.5 hours to
God.
kill.
Did you
this
finally
thing.
get it?
We did, because I think they knew.
Yay!
As
Well
me
done.
and Nikki said, I was like, if we don't kill this thing and it defeats us, I'm not done with Sea of Thieves for 3 months. I'm done with it for like.
It would all be for nothing if you didn't get it. I was gonna say after 1 hour, I'm like, you know what? We're not killing this thing. I'm walking
Yeah,
away.
give up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? That's so frustrating. So you fire it, you finally kill it. You're like, oh, I got an achievement. You get this meat. It's worth a lot of money. As we're pulling it up, the Kraken appears all around. Like they always keep you.
Yeah. Now you can do this
never
next
stop.
thing.
They want you in that game for like the whole
Always
day.
be
Yeah, it's a
prepared.
platform.
Yeah.
Keep playing, yo.
Man,
Now let me
but
ask you
then
this:
finally get-
so you had several people working with you in this like log. How many friends did you have playing at once?
we had 3 of us.
Does it scale? Do you know, or would it be like impossible
Yeah.
to do it with yourself? You know what I mean? Like,
No,
does it make it more difficult when you have more people?
It says you can do it on yourself, but I have no idea how. You must be like really good at the game, like
sure.
because we don't play that often. When
Yeah.
we're not the experts at it,
Right,
but
right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
even 3 people, you'd think it would be a little bit easier.
Yeah,
But
really.
the only thing
Not
is,
2.5
if you have
hours
one-
difficult.
Yeah.
But if you have a small like a person, you have a small ship, so it's more manageable.
I got you.
3 people, it's a bigger ship, and then a galleon is like.
Maybe I could kill a baby megalodon, or a
Yeah.
miniodon if it's.
Well, they've had
smaller.
megalodons in the game for a while, and they're not that difficult. So this one, we were like, "Oh, can it be?"
It's a super megalodon.
This
let
was
me
released
say it.
before Megalodon 2 was, or what's it, Meg 2?
Meg 2, yeah, those
came out?
movies are Meg 2, yeah.
You know what it is though? I
Even
literally like,
bigger.
It was like, how difficult is this? So I went on to Reddit, obviously, and they were like, yeah. After we defeated it, they're like, yeah, the feared Redmaw is the most difficult one. So I was like, you see, Nikki, we defeated the most difficult one. We can go and kill the other two. She's like, no, I am done with that game. She's
It's only going to
like,
be an hour and a half.
You can go kill the other two. I'm done. Fuck.
But it's a great game though, because have you guys played?
I've not
game,
played this.
I'm
This
done.
Oh,
I played it a
I've,
little bit. I had some fun with it, but it's clearly a game you need to play with friends. And everybody I know is over in the UK, and it's hard to get those schedules to align.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I enjoy playing it with my brother and his wife or some friends. On my own, it's a bit, you can do it, but then there's like, because it's online multiplayer, usually every so often you could just be there like, oh, I'll just go across the island to have a look. You come back, you just see shit get destroyed by 4 players with a giant. You're like, well, that's the end of that.
If I want that, I'll play Rust.
Amen.
yeah. So is the community just not there? It's not supportive of the players, or
Do you know what? On the whole, they are pretty good
Yeah.
because I have voice chat on. So, especially if you just say, "Look, guys, come on! Like, you're obviously better than us. Just be, you just big them up a little bit. Like, hey, we need you. We together. I just need the achievement. You can take the gold. But then what happens is obviously it's a pirate game, so you finally defeat them. You work as a team. Like,
No honor among thieves.
Yeah.
And then everybody wants that gold because.
But are they not like full up at that point? Like, are they? I would think if you have a crew, and I mean, there's always something else to buy, I guess.
Yeah.
And is there like real currency as well, or is everything bought with gold?
There is different. So there's the blooms and there's the more you get into it, there's like secret currency, like legacy currency, legend currency. But
Gotcha.
I'm not that. I became Pirate Legend about a year ago, and that was like for playing the game for 3 years solid. I know I play it not regularly, but yeah. When I speak to someone who's like plays it every week, they are like, they hold their nose. Like, have you done the 2247 coding? I'm like, no, bro, I don't know all these secret trick. But it's interesting. It's a good. It is a good community though, on the whole.
yeah.
That's cool.
And,
are there spontaneous people coming together? Like, do you ever have lone people who are just like, hey, I want to team up. You're a solo person. I'm a solo person. Let's team up. Or is it generally like short term? Okay, we'll help you this one mission and then move on.
Yeah, there is a moment where you can raise a flag and you can become alliances. So you can alliance with different ships all around if you want to.
Yeah.
But that alliance can be broken at any point.
Sure.
So like one time I was like, oh, we're all in it together. And then we
oh, no, you're not.
yeah. So, yeah, it's a fun game though. If you're into those, it's the best, for me, it's the best pirate game. And like, I love.
Aside from Black Flag.
True, that is a banging game.
I mean, I don't know if I could actually compare them, but the sense I get is that, I mean, it's certainly Black Flag is the best solo pirate game. So this game would be probably the best co-op pirate game.
I like the cartoon style as well. It's like, it's all flip. It's not trying to be serious.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, when someone actually is getting upset or taking it too serious, I'm like, guys, it's literally a video game and we're cartoons.
Okay, now you just said you spent 2.5 hours fighting one boss, so that's a bit rich for you to say that people are taking things too seriously.
Yeah, and I want to
but I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. See if it's a thumbs up in 3 months' time. I will speak about that game again and see what the
back on it.
There's a cool skull in the sky there. I see what they're doing there. That's pretty funky.
Do they have that on the sea? Like when you go out to sea, can you see the skull as well then?
Yeah, so like sometimes if you look in the sky, you'll see the skull and you know that's like a fortress, but everyone can see that in the whole map. So obviously people want to go towards it.
Interesting.
So as you're halfway through it, some of them, like the little ships, they'll just hide behind another island and you telescope in. And then as you defeat the mission, the skull disappears and they know. And then all of a sudden, as you're collecting the treasure, you see 8 boats charging towards you. You're like,
I love how you played this game to prepare for your boat trip.
Yeah, right. This does not make me want to get on a boat.
No, do you know the wind sails? Because it's all about the wind. So you got to connect it to the wind. So I was like, yo, let's see if this translates. It kind of does, kind of doesn't. Yeah.
Kind of like when I had to deal with those cops after playing GTA 5, and it was like, I can't drive over cops. What the heck?
Yeah.
All right, so that's Sea of Thieves. Thumbs up, Ben says. Kyle, you're up.
I've only got the one main game that I kind of played in the last week, apart from the Play My Game bitch.
Yeah.
But it's the Warhammer 40,000 Speed Freaks.
Okay.
Now, I think this has been on PC for a little bit longer, but I think it's only been released on PS5 quite recently. So I've given that a try. Are you guys into Warhammer?
I am not. Sorry, which one was this one? Warhammer which?
This is Warhammer 40,000. If you just type in Speed Freaks, but it's Freek.
Okay, gotcha.
So, yes. So Warhammer 40,000. Ben,
it's a racing game.
You're aware? Yeah, it's a racing game. But are you aware of Warhammer 40,000 and the whole?
I didn't realize they had a racing game.
Lore around it and all those things.
Yeah.
So, obviously, Warhammer's owned by Games Workshop. Games Workshop seems to be making some really good games recently. I don't know if you guys played Space Marine 2. I think that's quite good.
Yeah.
And then there's like Dark Tide and that, kind of entering the first person shooter.
Yeah,
kind
a lot
world.
of their games are either first person or like strategy. I think they made their name as strategy, right?
Yeah, I think originally from the board game and that.
Right.
So this is a combat racer where you're basically in the orc world of Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah.
So this is a combat racer. If I had to, I don't play Rocket League, Duke, but I feel like this is a very maybe Rocket League with guns. Can I say that?
There is a game called Rocket Racing, which they added to Fortnite, the Fortnite platform. So it's sort of maybe along these lines. But this is much more cartoony, much more open world, much more combat oriented. So, but yeah.
It's chaotic. When I started playing this game, I had no idea what's really going on. Because from what I could see, there are only two game modes that you can do. The one is you have to race your vehicle, which all the vehicles have different powers and abilities.
Gotcha.
You would have to go to a main checkpoint. As soon as you land there, it's kind of like a deathmatch zone. People just shooting each other. And then all of a sudden checkpoints come up and you got to race through the checkpoints to get a higher score for your team as well. So it's all, from what I could see, the games that I played was all team-based. Which again, depends what team you got, how well you're going to do.
And I assume you're playing this solo.
I was playing it by myself, online.
But you got put in a team with other people that you didn't know. Okay,
correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you got to fly through all these checkpoints while everyone's trying to shoot you, and then right at the end you got to race to the finish line, and obviously the first person that gets to the finish line also gets the most points for the team, and so it's quite technical in that way. But it's just random chaos all the time.
It looks like
maybe as you kind of start knowing what's going on, it can be a bit more entertaining at the moment. But I think it's just so many rules and trying to figure out what's, which is the best. That's the problem when you get introduced to these games is all the abilities in the cars are kind of like the same as you'd pick. When you get is Apex Legends?
Yeah, sure.
Each character's kind of got their own abilities.
Right.
So one might be more of a healer, one might be more kind of sniper vehicle.
Tank.
What did you
sniper or whatever? Yeah.
I tried a few of them. I kind of like the first one because again, the first one you've got this awesome kind of just machine gun on the top, which I mean, it's just so satisfying.
Who wouldn't want a machine gun in a combat driving game? Yeah.
So yeah, I picked that, but you get like a random helicopter option, a tank option as well, and some of them are different guns. So it's a lot of fun. I think the other mode was you have to protect almost like these big what do they call it, stompers or something that all start in one location. They have to get to the end first.
Right.
But you can also race to go get bombs and like land them on the stompers to kind of stop the stop the movements.
Right.
So your team crosses the finish line first. Really, that's the main idea, I think.
Yeah.
But it's just trying to figure out those rules in the beginning. Part of it's with these MMOs, or what do you call MMOs? Just online games.
Online, yeah, multiplayer.
There's just so much you have to kind of read and go through, and I do find in the beginning I have enough of it, and I just keep clicking X just to kind of get through.
Well, you want to play the
tutorials
game,
and
like like just let me play the fuck. Especially a game like this, which is just like, let me run around and shoot things.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Right, you'll figure it out. Now, I know that the depth of it is what a lot of people like about these games. But for me, it's the simplicity of, like, the first time I played Rocket League, it was like, okay, do this. Like, I famously skipped some tutorials, which is how I didn't know you could double jump. But I made it work, and it was fun right away. And I didn't have a lot, there's the depth is the fine tuning of the way you relate to the vehicle, not all the different aspects of the game. So yeah, I think that, it's going to appeal to the people who really like it, the fact that there's a lot to do and a lot to figure out. But I think for those of us who are, it's like the first time I ever played Mortal Kombat, I was just like, I had come from Street Fighter, and Street Fighter, you could kind of pick up and like just punch and kick.
Mash,
Mortal Kombat, you had to know those moves, and if you didn't, you were fucked. So.
Well, that's the thing. Even those games, when you get into them enough, you start realizing how different they are. Like between Mortal Kombat 10 to Mortal Kombat 11, it's almost like a different game.
Yeah.
It's the same characters, but the mechanics are just, it's crazy. You've got to get timings right and that. So I'll be playing this game a bit more because it's just fun. You don't have to think too much. It's not technical. Right. Just have a bit of a rally on there and just, I'd say it's worth a go if you kind of enjoy these, these kinds of games.
And is it the kind of thing where, like, it looks like the type of game where, like, okay, you probably blow up a lot. Maybe you can get the bomb or get it across the finish line or whatever. But I would imagine along the way, the joy is being able to take somebody out. Is that?
I think I've not got to that stage yet.
Okay.
Because I don't think I'm good enough yet to kind of even realize who's killing me. It does.
Sure.
When you do die, you can respawn, and it's got this little cut scene as it happens, kind of who actually destroyed you and how many times you've destroyed them. So I think they are trying to build that kind of competitive nature in it. But I think I'm just not that kind of player. I just want to go on, have some fun, shoot some things for a little bit, and then
You're not making
move
it
on.
a vendetta.
No, I'm not going out this weekend and starting a tournament and finding a new league and so. But yeah, it's good fun. I'd say give it a go. If you kind of like these things.
It's a wacky driving combat game. I can see myself enjoying it, maybe, if I can figure it out.
It looks fun. Like you say, come back from a stressful day, don't want to think about a deep story. Stick it on, have a blast.
It kind of reminded me of like a more fast-paced Wilder Tanks. I mean, I know you guys have mentioned that before, but it's just quick, run around, do it. It's no thinking involved. Yeah. And I think that's the other thing is as you do the tournaments, you start. Just remember now, as I'm watching the screen, you can get when you finish it, whether you get defeats or a victory, you get scrap and you unlock certain things as well. So you start customizing your vehicles.
Yeah, sure.
Again, it's just nice to play. Cool. So that is Speed Freaks.
Speed Freaks. Okay, well, I will talk about the game I've been playing, which is Kitman. Now,
Kitman.
This seems like it's a actual thing that exists in the world. Do y'all know, when I say the word Kitman, do y'all know what a Kitman is?
It's a Korean Pikmin.
Okay, no.
Oh, okay.
So a Kitman, apparently in this game, a Kitman
is the training kit.
The person who's in charge of Kit.
Yeah, football kits.
Is this like a role that people have? Because I've never heard of this.
Man.
Okay,
they take it serious in England.
Well,
football
guess
teams.
what?
If you're a kit man, it's like,
I knew a guy who was the kit man for, is it St. Mary's Stadium down in Southampton? And he did it for about 10 years. I thought, how can you do that for 10 years?
Because every day's a new challenge, man. So if you want to be that guy, guess what? There is now a Kitman simulator. It's very cute. It's pretty intuitive. the main things you're doing. Okay, so what you do is you take care of the kit. Like it'll tell you like so and so needs a number 3 on his shirt, and as you're seeing on the screen now, we've got the numbers.
So
and you take it, you press it. Yeah, exactly. Talk about making things look nice. You got to wash the socks. You got to get the bibs and get everything ready before the game starts. The weird part is that once the game starts, if it's an away game, you prep and then they go and they play and you get like a report about how they did. If it's a home game, during the game, they're like, wash my shirt, fix this hole in my pants, wash my socks. And like, if you don't do it fast enough, your team is more likely to lose, which that doesn't seem very realistic to me.
I don't know. There's some famous football moments where if the kitman has gone faulty, like the boots have gone wrong, and the kitman has had no boots ready.
Is that true?
And like, it's a big deal. Like, oh man, he's got the wrong boots. He's put the wrong boots on. Or one of the players had the wrong number on. The guy was like, no, you're not allowed your players on until you sort the numbers out.
Well, I can see that being a big problem.
And then they're down to 10 men, aren't they? So it's like, yo, we need that kit, man. It's
I know nothing about any of this, so I guess that's fair.
They probably have this in the NFL and all the
maybe I don't remember ever seeing. I mean, I'm not super on the ball about these kinds of things, but I was just again, I don't remember signing up for the playtest, but I must have done because I got an email that's like, "Hey, you're now in the Kitman playtest."
And I am clicking these dodgy links.
I know. Well, no, they're clearly good links because they're getting me into playtests. Maybe I can get into the Elder Scrolls 6 playtest. But I'm not the target market here, clearly. That said, it works very well. Like, it was kind of fun. The tutorial mostly prepped me for what I needed. So I didn't know how to sew things. So when someone was like, sew up my shirt, I was like running around trying to figure out where the sewing machine is. It turns out it's in the laundry room. And it took me a while to figure out exactly how to, you got to like move it and like, just like you would on an actual sewing machine, like position it and then run it forward and whatever.
You enjoy it more because like Power Simulator is more chill. You just take
exactly. There is a time pressure. I'm just not a fan of things with timers on them. So I felt like I was letting the team down. Oh God, I got to get your pants done. But
that's the thing. It's already stressful now. You think if you continue playing the game for another couple of hours, it's only going to get more difficult, isn't it?
I'm sure it is. But on the other hand, it's that feedback loop of like, okay, now I'm getting the hang of it. So maybe I want a little more complexity than just wash the pants and get the shit out or whatever. But like the guy's like, I need a new bib. And I was like, it didn't tell me where the bibs are. I don't know where I don't even know what a bib is.
I didn't even apply for this job.
I know, right? I was just told to start working. But, I think I got to give it props because, it's fun. The mechanics of it are very sort of motion-like. So it's sort of like Sea of Thieves in the sense of, like you grab the sponge and you're like rubbing it. And, it's very viscerally and tactile, it's satisfying in terms of the visceral experience and the tactileness of the gameplay. So, I have a ticket if anybody wants to play Kitman playtest. It's not out yet. It's not in beta. It's not available for early access, but I got the hookup. You could probably also just go on Steam and say, hey, I want to join the playtest.
Do you get paid to say this stuff?
No, I mean, but I did get a free playtest, so
you got to mention this, haven't you?
But
I want to know who made it. Did the Kitmen team of football like all join and go, look, we should make a simulation?
Everyone's always paying attention to the people on the pitch.
They go to their boss and is like, listen, you do this, get to level 40. I want to raise. It's difficult.
That's right. You think we just sit around? Yeah. You don't understand how hard it is. I had a student actually who was like, what if they made Teaching Simulator, Mr. P? I was like, first of all, nobody would play that. Secondly, I would play it. Thirdly, I would immediately start complaining about how there isn't as much paper grading as there should be. And fourth, no one would want to do the paper grading. So anyway, but it is the way of the world, like everything that can be simulated, they are simulating now. So
yeah. Do you know what the football team is that you're?
They said it, but I don't remember. I don't think it's a real one, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's this, for some reason it reminds me of. Did you guys watch that show Ted Lasso?
I have not
Yeah.
seen Ted Lasso, but I've heard that I must see it.
Yeah, it's a good watch. But Ted Lasso kind of reminded me of that a little bit. It's kind of running around the football club doing all those jobs.
Sure, someone's
So,
got to do it.
Yeah,
Can't be playing football with poopy drawers on.
yeah. What are your feelings on simulation games though? Really, like,
I like them
do
in
you
small
enjoy
doses. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
thing. The one that
Without the
got me
pressure.
more than any, like Pressure Washer is fun. I played it for quite a while. I got about 2/3 of the way done. I'll probably finish it at some point. It's a nice game when you're not doing anything else. Or when you are doing something else. Like, so sometimes I would watch a YouTube and then play that because you really don't need to pay attention to it except like looking at what you're doing. You don't have to think about it. House Flipper 2, that's the one that got me. And I never would have expected that would be the one. But I spent a lot of time in House Flipper 2 because it's just
Making a
really cool. You
profit.
get to be creative.
Yeah. It's good. There's some where you feel like it's a cop out. And you're like, this simulation, they're just trying to make a quick buck.
Or
But
like
some
there's
of
no reason to simulate that thing, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, some people just love the detail. Like the farming simulation. They go so deep.
They go
do.
so
Like,
deep.
Yeah. I know one who's a farmer who literally comes back from farming and then goes and plays that. And he's like, dude,
You know what's crazy? I had a
detail
friend.
of it. They're like, dude, the farming simulator is like legit.
Yeah, I always want to know, like, a kitman, would this be like being a kitman? And like but that drives me. It doesn't drive me crazy, but it amazes me. I had a friend who served in the military, and as soon as he got back, he was like, "I want to play Call of Duty." I'm like, "You are in a war zone. How can you?" He's like, "Well, first of all, you get to respawn, and you get to do all the stuff you don't actually get to do in a war zone." But there are some jobs. I don't think I would like playing a teacher simulator video game.
No, neither. Windy Clean Simulator.
I mean, Power Wash.
I'm
is
done,
kind of-
man. I'm done by the end of the day. Would you
Yeah, no
post a simulator, Kyle? Would you be interested?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, rather not. I like just doing it anyway. So, if I can, rather just stick. I mean, all I do is stick stickers. So, it's a fun job. So, if I can do that at home, that's cool.
There you go.
Have you guys played Arcade Paradise?
Is that the one with the laundromat in the front and then the video
Yes.
games in the back? Yeah. We did that for a Play My Game, I think, and then Chinny went nuts on it.
Speaking about it. Yeah,
Oh, did
he
he?
went addicted, didn't he?
Yeah, he went hard
But
in.
didn't he just want to make washing machines? He didn't want to make arcade.
No, he eventually did get into the arcade part, but I think he was like trying to max out the washing machine part too. It's
Yeah,
like,
he
that's
did.
not the part you're
He
supposed to
did
be
coins.
focused on. If I remember
Yeah.
correctly, I could be getting it.
Yeah,
wrong.
that's exactly it. I think I played it for a few hours, and for the first couple of hours, or at least 2 or 3 days in the game, I was just doing laundromat stuff.
Yeah.
And after a while, you kind of go, "Why am I doing this?"
Well,
is this the
you
whole
know what? I
point
know
of
what
the
you
game?
mean. I know what you mean. But because sometimes I feel like that in Minecraft, you know what I mean? But then I'm like, okay, yeah, the question of objectives, it's not the same as when you complete a quest. In Skyrim or in The Witcher 3, there's that sense of like, oh my God, I did this. And someone is very grateful that you brought their dog back or that you cleansed the village of the demon that had been haunting everybody or whatever. But at the same time, like, an hour that you enjoy doing nothing is not an hour wasted. You know what I mean? So I think for my mind, yes, I fixate on like meaningful objectives in games, but then I start to think like, why isn't just relaxing and enjoying the process of doing the thing enough of an objective?
Yeah. Well, I think that's where it works in Arcade Paradise's favor, is
Yeah.
because after you do it for 3 or 4 days, you start going, okay, what else is there to do? Like,
Right.
let's try do, and then all of a sudden you start focusing on the arcade mode a little bit more,
sure.
and you start playing some of the games, and you want to
Yeah.
start doing the higher scores, and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
naturally the money's still kind of coming in. It's just a little bit slower, So
right.
then you don't mind doing a couple of the other jobs a bit later, but that's what I mean. To me, it kind of fits my personality quite well because I get
Yeah.
distracted very easily, as you guys can imagine. So to start doing the laundromat, and then you're moving on to the arcade, and then you'll kind of get back to the laundromat a bit later, and that's a simulation game I actually quite enjoyed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool.
Check it out. I will check it
yeah.
out. That sounds like a good simulation.
It's an
Yeah.
interesting twist on it, yeah, because you can get as deep as you want with the washing machine part of it, but then there's also this whole other part that you can then get into. And I think that's the thing, is that like a good simulation, like I think the reason that Power Wash 2 did it for me, I don't know, it didn't do anything much different. Well, Power Wash 1 wasn't, the quality of life stuff in 2 is better, but I think the fact that, the things are big enough so that it starts to get a little tedious, and then you finish them and it's like, okay, now you're onto a new area. You're onto a new thing to wash. And then it's like, okay, you have to kind of figure out how you're going to tackle it, what you're going to do first. And it's just so satisfying to get it all done. So
Yeah. And I'm looking at the screen now, Duke, you got different zones, like a map or something, on the top right-hand side of the screen. What's that
no,
for
that's
instead?
actually the game playing while you're doing the kit work. So what you're seeing in the top right is the two teams playing on the pitch.
Oh,
and it's just
okay.
showing like possession and stuff, I think.
Oh, right. Okay. So
yeah.
So if everything goes red, then as it starts going more left or becoming more red, then
Yeah.
you're not doing well.
To be honest, I didn't play it enough to really tell you what was going on there, but my
Okay.
guess is that, again, it connects to like how well you're doing your job as the kit man. So
Yeah. All right. Cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's an interesting
it
premise.
seems interesting.
If you like football and you'd want to give it a try being the kit man, or even if you don't like football, like I think there's enough in the game that's kind of fun. Obviously, it'd be more fun if you knew a lot about. Oh yeah, they're called Arsenham, is the one you played against, and then they're the much better team, and then you're trying to help this new team. I think like try to rise through the ranks and stuff. So, and
Do you
funny
think
enough,
they're
it probably
trying to-
has everything to do with how well their kit man works. Do I think what?
But do you think they're trying to prepare us to start doing all these jobs remotely now?
It's like a drone operator, but in real life.
That's what I'm thinking. It's just going to be robots that we're just going to get dispatched
Yeah, they'll
into.
have the
It's like, okay,
autonomous
I've got to go work
bots
for the day.
before we have to do that. I don't think aside from the drone warfare, which I hope never becomes autonomous, I think the kit washing will always be. I think they'll leap over human to bot. I don't think we'll need that human controlled bot thing. But maybe
Someone's got to train them.
someone does have to train them. That's true. But I think we're going to have general training of bots that then they will be able to say, okay, this will be a bot that does normal human laundry. This will be a bot that does sports laundry. This will be a bot that launders money.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
That's a good
Okay,
idea.
so that's Kitman. Ben, back to you. What you got?
Talking of a simulation kind of game, I was stuck in Montenegro for 2 hours at passport control, and I was just questioning my absolute sanity. This woman behind us was shouting, push forward. And when I finally got to the gate, there was one person on it for like 400 people just stamping it. And I just thought, I need to decleanse. So I downloaded Papers, Please.
Papers, Please. I was just going to say.
And I was just like, for the first 10 minutes, I'm not even going to check anyone. I'm just going to let everyone in because everyone's queuing up. And I just needed that closure of just stamp, approve. It's definitely a bloke. His name's John, but it says female. I'm like, stamp, approve, stamp, approve. I failed the mission. I had to restart that 6 times, but it was just cleansing my anger towards Montenegro passport control. And then I finally played the game properly and was like, okay, let's see how many you can do. But it is funny because when they're like, please, we need to get in, we're running out of time. I was there like, dude, I kind of feel it. And especially because they're in a war zone, Papers, Please.
Sure.
They're starving and they're trying to get through. Yeah, it's yeah, I haven't played it for years as well. I completely forgot about it until I was in the queue. Like, man, this is so Papers, Please. It's unbelievable. So yeah, I've never.
So does that mean you were slipping them a couple of bucks to let you in?
Dude, I was tempted. It was long, man. It was long. Yeah. Everyone who had a limp or old age was getting slightly further ahead. All of a sudden, I was like, "Can I fake a limp right now?" Just
oh, my legs.
But yeah, the Papers, Please, the actual game. Because I haven't played it in so long, I thought, yeah, let's give it a go. But I couldn't remember the storylines of it that well.
Yeah.
Because I know some of them are randomly generated, but every so often you do get the same guy who comes up and says, slip me in, and then he ends up doing terrible things or not. And yeah, I'm trying to complete the game because I had to Google, was there actually an ending or do you just always starve to death?
I expect there is. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently if you get to like wave 20, day 20 or something, then
stuff really goes down.
But there's loads of different endings.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's good or bad. But yeah, it's an interesting concept, that game. When it came out, it really did shake up the industry as well. Everyone was like,
Oh yeah.
For that moment, papers, please. Papers,
Because
please.
it's a good example of using this format, which is pretty simple, to tell a pretty interesting story. And the other thing I remember being impacted by in this game is that they give you the report at the end of the day of like your family's well-being.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to be like, oh, I'll go without food today, but when it's like your kid is hungry, oh shit, that changes things a little bit.
100%, 100%. What's your core principle
Right.
in it?
Well,
Like,
what's
you
your core
think-
principle when you have to make decisions that affect not just the person in front of you, but also your kid back home? And yeah, because everyone's virtuous when the chips are up, but when the chips are down, that's when we see people's knives come out and the teeth get bared.
Yeah, we had one where it was like, he's like, the government are corrupt, man, what you're working for. And you turn them away. But then day 3, day 4, he comes back and he's like, he starts working with you because she's like, look, even your family are struggling. You can see it. Like, let us in, let us in.
Yeah,
you just think, oh,
You're making a good case, buddy.
Am I the bad guy? Am I the good guy? And then you think, okay, I'll let him in. And then sometimes I had one where I let him in. I thought, oh man, this is gonna be terrible, but I need to keep my family alive. And nothing happened for like, nothing happened. That's the run I'm on right now. But then there was one I let in, and he ended up doing a bombing. So that was not worth the $20 he slipped me.
So why can't you just deny? What's
Because
the
you won't get any money. But if you actually say no,
Yeah,
to
you're not
people
getting
who aren't
paid enough
legit,
to really survive
if
on.
yeah, and if you say no to people who aren't legit, you get criticized and docked wage.
Yeah.
wow?
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
incentivizing you to let people in. So
They're
Yeah.
really putting you in that borderland of like, it's not, I mean, obviously if you're greedy, then there's an incentive to let the bad people in, but it's not just that. It's not just the case that you're going to do well if you're greedy and you're going to do badly if you're virtuous. It's also like, you don't, and this is why there's a lot of corruption in places where people are very poor, is because it's hard to make a decent living in a lot of places. So people
There's
are
a great line. Yeah, there's a great line as well. 'Cause sometimes they come and they're like, dude, I'm just trying to feed my family. I just
Yeah,
need to get this
sure.
done. And you're like, oh, if you say no, exact situation you're in,
right.
you're denying them. And you think, oh, go on then. So you get punished for it. But then sometimes when he comes back the other way, he's like, thank you so much. Now my
Yeah,
family
sure.
is. So you get punished. Yeah, it's morals. Morals.
And there's right, and there's a significant risk to doing the right thing, and there's a significant reward to doing the wrong thing, but it can also backfire. Whereas like in Fallout, as much as I love Fallout, especially in New Vegas, like there's no real benefit to being virtuous or not. You get to just choose your path, right? Same with Fallout 3. You could destroy the town of Megaton and kill everybody in it. And at the end of the day, your experience is going to be very similar to somebody who did not blow up Megaton. And I think that it's easier to make those consequences more nuanced and more diverse in a game like this because it's a smaller game and you don't have to have this, decision tree that spreads out. But I do think that's the difference between a game that's going to like hit you in the feelings with regard to morality as opposed to a game like Fallout where like, be good, be evil, doesn't really matter, whatever, lol.
Yeah, and it's not too complicated. Well, I'm only on day 12 I've got to so far. That's the furthest I've got. It's not too complicated. Like there's digits and there's one digit out of 42 and you've missed it. And then that means it's more like you see that the papers are not right, but there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
So it's not too...
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you've got those games that are like simulations and it's like, oh, you missed this...
Right.
tiny detail, you think, oh
Yeah.
mate, give me a
Fuck
break.
off. Right. And I think that, and I don't remember this too distinctly, but I seem to recall that like I missed something when I was playing. I was like, oh crap, the government is going to come down on me. And then it's like a supervisor who's sometimes overworked himself. So they're not always going to see what you did or didn't do.
Yeah,
and so that adds that realism because again, like in my school, there's things that I'm doing, I'll stab a kid every now and then. No, just kidding. But, like I'll mess up with something that they told us to do. And then I'm just waiting for it and nobody ever mentions it. I'm like, well, what was I so worried about,
Yeah, it's funny how it plays out in your mind like that, eh?
Yeah,
So,
sure.
yeah, it's interesting because I've not played this game before, and I mean, I found it quite difficult to kind of read people, and I don't know if it's just a game thing. I don't know how much can you tell is the truth or a lie in this game because even like LA Noire, I missed all the
I
signals.
had a lot
like,
of trouble with
I
LA Noire, yeah.
I didn't. Apparently, I cannot read people at all.
Their face technology was so good. I was like, is it, or am I? I'm just terrible
Well, and it also with LA Noire at least, it's like there's a learning curve in terms of what you're supposed to be looking for in that particular game, because you're never going to have the exact same thing in 2 games in terms of what you're looking for. I remember some early version of that. I don't remember what game it was, but you know, the person would have like sweat coming off their head or something. And I'm like, okay, I can tell he's lying. But they didn't have that in LA Noire. It was much more subtle. I don't recall in this game, Ben, how confident are you when someone's lying or something? Do you feel like you can tell most of the time?
Yeah, they like, because it's all words, the way they speak, they're like, they put in it, or ... or they will literally just put money in, like, as you check the passport.
That's right, because most of the people are too desperate to be very subtle with it or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you get someone, you literally you shouldn't look at the person, you judge the person, and they look like the hardest piece of, you think, oh my gosh, this guy's definitely going to do something dodgy. But then sometimes they've got the legit papers, and you go, I'm going to have to let this guy in, but you let them in and you're like, please don't do anything.
Right. This sweet old lady. Oh, she just killed 3 people. Oh, well.
Yeah, but Papers, Please. When it came out, I remember everyone was giving it 10s out of 10s. And does it hold up? I don't know. Yeah, it is there. It's past 10 years. It does hold up.
Is it really? I believe
I think it came out 2012, 2013.
Let's find out. 2013, you're right. Oh, Ben's filling in for Chinny in terms of knowing the years that things happen.
It does hold up.
But it does hold up. And I mean, I need to play it again, but I think this is one of those games, even though I didn't go nuts with it the way some people did, I think it's one of those games that just took the concept of video gaming and gave it a really interesting twist. And it's definitely worth playing.
Yeah. I mean, style-wise, I mean, graphically, it's nothing great, is it? It's
but it fits the tone of the thing that it's doing, I think, very well.
Yeah.
I had it run on my phone because I was like, because I had it on Steam, and I was like, dude, I just want Papers, Please. Looked on the App Store and it was there. I was like, you know what? Let's give it a go.
How much was it on that?
How much?
I think £6.
Okay. It's not so bad.
Well, my ass with £6.
Yeah.
Yeah, just while you're traveling around in boats everywhere, Ben.
Chad Warden wipes his ass with $600.
I also need to ask, is it not suspicious as soon as you get to a passport thing? I don't know what you guys do, but I don't say anything. I maybe say good morning.
Yeah, I'm just like...
Yeah, I'm not going to give a whole sob story because I think that's already a red flag, isn't it? Yeah. They don't care.
This is America. Every time I've gone to America, dude, they want to know like everything about you.
Well, that's because everyone's a terrorist coming to get us.
When I went to New York, literally, my brother, his wife went in front of us. So I was like, look, they've all done all the talking. I'm just going to walk in here. It's great.
Yeah.
This guy was like,
oh, no, you don't.
And I was like, do you not see them? I am with them. He's like, it's the same surname. Like,
yeah, but you look sketchy, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, and he's like, give me the exact address. I was like, my brother has the exact details. He's like, what are you going to do in New York? I was like, in London.
Stare up at the buildings. What does anybody do in New York? Go to the M&M store.
Statue of Liberty. Like, come on, man. Let me. Yeah, that was.
That's what
scope out the statue. I mean, go see the Statue of Liberty. Yeah. Fraser said, I like Papers, Please, because I straight up asked Lucas Pope for a code and he sent me one. So you could just do that, Kyle, if you're as cool as Fraser.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
Make sure you use a Canadian accent. Now. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. I'd like to see what this game is about.
Hey.
While I eat my poutine and maple syrup. Anything else about Papers, Please, Ben?
No, but I got a question. What's the longest time you've spent in an airport queue?
I've been very fortunate. I'd say maybe an hour and a half. I remember when we came back, I think it was probably coming back from East Timor. There was this very long line, and it was, maybe an hour and a half. And I know that's not very long for some people compared to...
I've just done that today. I've literally traveled from Amsterdam, and my brother ran in front of me because I was like, dude, the border control's hell because with Brexit.
Yeah.
And he ran in front, got in. An hour and a half later, literally, because an American plane joined the queue, and he nipped in front.
Wow.
Hour and a half. It took me an hour and a half.
He had to wait on the other side for you an hour and a half.
Yeah, he was there. Like, I made it. And I'm there like, wow. The kid in front of us, his mum wanted to make the child walk down the stairs. I was like, come on, we can walk down together. I'm like, you do not understand.
He's small. You can push him down. Come on, Ben. Yeah, think like an American.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you this though, I have respect for that because if I had spent an hour and a half in a line waiting to come back after being on the ocean for a while, I'd be like, sorry, Duke, I said I would be there, but fuck off. I ain't doing no podcast now.
We're here.
Yeah.
What about you, Kyle? What's the longest you've been in an airport?
I mean, in airport, that's one thing I could stop over, but in terms of waiting at a line, it's probably an hour.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. I mean, I don't do a massive amount of traveling, but I can honestly say that the process that takes the longest, or for processing passports and that, is South Africa.
Really?
That place. Oh, I saw a screenshot the other day on Reddit, and this is exactly what it is. I saw a lady. People are queued up. This is exactly like the passport control that you probably dealt with, Ben, but. As they queued up, she's just playing solitaire on her computer. And
wow.
it's just looking busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
right,
clicking
yeah,
buttons,
sure.
doing these
That's
things.
so obnoxious.
And there's just queues of people. And I feel like that's kind of what passport control is like there. I mean, they're probably not going to let me in now because I said that, but that's by the by.
I agree.
So,
When you get these ones that just and like they're just acting like they've got the time on their hands.
Yeah,
and I'm
right,
like,
sure.
You've been queuing for an hour and a half. We are
Yeah,
dying.
yeah. Right,
And like
right,
when you're in
right.
that control zone, you can't leave to go get like a glass of water. You are in it.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. Or use the bathroom. God help you if you need to use the toilet.
thing is, I think we're spoiled, Ben, because having the EU, and not being able to kind of use your passports, kind of to get through some of those lines. That's most of the time you'll see if the American line's there and then the British are there as well, or whoever. But then you see the EU kind of entrance. It's normally empty. This.
Yeah, they fly by. I know. This is why.
Oh,
I'm in the
c'est
Netherlands.
alors, il faut que je vais ici. Je suis Jacques.
I said to my girlfriend Cher today because I was like, Cher, we need to get married sooner than you think. I need a passport, like
Get
joint
that Dutch
so I
passport.
can
Yeah,
tap it.
totally.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's Papers, Please. Kyle, you got anything else? You said it was just the one with the Warhammer?
Yeah, I mean, I played a couple of other games, not even worth mentioning at this moment, but I don't know if you guys have played them or you want to talk about them.
Go ahead.
The first one I'll mention is Disco Elysium, because I think Jason mentioned it last week.
Stu would be the one to talk to about that. He loves that game. I have never played it. I had a student make me some art from that game as a gift, which was very nice, but I had to be like, I'm sorry, I've never played it. I don't know what this means.
Yeah, it's I've played the beginning, but I think the problem is I'm not in the right frame of mind to do it at the moment. I don't have time to sit and read, and it's a lot of kind of listening. You'll go as you kind of walk into the bathroom, and be like, the shower mirror is steamed up, and you've got to do that. And I just don't have time to get through that. Maybe just need a bit of action.
Yeah.
So that's the one. Ben, have you played it? Would you recommend?
I've not played it. No.
Yeah, that's what's weird is considering this game is supposed to be so highly rated. I don't know many people that have played it, so it's weird numbers. I've got Titan Quest. I don't know if you guys have played that yet.
That's like an 8-bit kind of dealie.
I don't know. It's more like a Diablo kind of game. That's the reason I picked it up.
Okay.
They've announced the second one.
Right.
So this is more your Greek. Is it Greek or Roman?
Yeah.
And you've got to kind of get. I think you fight all the mythological creatures, kind of that era. So yeah, I'm going to give that a try in the hope it's just something different from a Diablo. But again, I don't know if you guys have tried it yet or not.
No, I think I saw this recommended because there was a time when I was like on my hunt for a isometric RPG, and there were people who were like Titan Quest, but I never played it, so maybe one day. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe do like because you're into Path of Exile now, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, I've been playing Path of Exile. I've done Diablo 3 and Diablo 4. I mean, not to completion. I haven't done them, but I like a good isometric RPG at times. I guess my one question is like, well, this is the thing. When it comes to RPGs, I want there to be quests. Path of Exile sort of has quests, but it's also just like go through the level, kill anything that moves. You know what I mean? And I also like for there to be like a village where there's like people living their lives that I can then help. You know what I mean? And I don't know that, I mean, maybe this doesn't have that, but it doesn't, I mean, it's silly that I would need that, but like Enshrouded is a great game. It doesn't really have any settlements. There's no other humans. There's just the people you bring back to life. And it feels empty. You know, I like in Skyrim where you can go to Whiterun, you can go to, you know, Markarth or whatever.
Yeah, that's that I think I feel the same way, you know, if you've played games like World of Warcraft, it's just there always seems to be something to do. And it doesn't have to be kill this boss and that's the hardest boss ever, then go kill the other one. It might just be a fetch quest.
Yeah,
or,
sure.
you know, just one of those.
I've never hated a fetch quest. People are like, oh, fetch quest. I'm like, you know what? I know what to do. I know how to do it. Like, it's cool. And there's probably things to kill along the way if in a good fetch quest. So.
And that's not everything has to be a challenge.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So I'm going to give this one a go soon.
Cool. I'm curious to see what you think.
Yeah, I'll let you know what I think. But I'm the same when it comes to even Diablo 4. I can't even finish. You know, I've gone the main multiplayer mode, and I just randomly speak to the, you know, people that you'll find in the world that just have a quest. I'll just go do it. And I'll skip what they have to say. Yeah. I'm not interested. You know, about this demon haunted that one, and then you know. Then he saw his mother, and I don't care.
I'll tell you, I'm looking at this gameplay of Titan Quest. It does look like there's a bit of text on the screen here when you talk to people, but
yeah, I might just skip that. So we'll see.
We'll see. And that's the question. Like in Diablo, I feel like they always take themselves. I mean, not Diablo 2 so much because they were just like, let's keep the action going. But in Diablo 4, I remember watching cutscenes and just being like, oh my God, first of all, this is just a snuff film. We're just watching so much torture porn here. And then it just felt like they took themselves very seriously in Diablo 4 in terms of like, let me tell you the story of this village. I'm like, I don't want to hear all that shit. Let's keep it going. What do you need me to do?
Yeah, it's a difficult balance, isn't it? And that's the thing. I struggle to find a new game to play and you know, obviously speaking to you guys in the last couple of weeks, I always want to try something new.
Yeah.
It's because I think it's interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
But I do want to find that next game that I'm going to be playing for, you know, a few weeks or a month. And the problem is we've got such a big selection that we can grab at any moment.
Dude.
And in a way, I miss those days where you would have your PS2 catalog and that's all you could play. You know,
sure.
You didn't have a choice, and you know, you made your own stories or made your own kind of game, and so
and
often
it's well known
can't do
that
that
like
now.
I think it's well documented that the more choices we have, the less likely we are to be satisfied with any one thing in that option pack. And that's kind of a paradox because you would think that with having so many different kinds of games, we would be more in love with the things that we find that we like. And in a way we are. Like I'm obviously in love with Rocket League, but then I think it's so tempting to look at everything in terms of like, well, it doesn't quite measure up. It has this one flaw, and therefore I'm going to step away because there's another game that might do a better job of getting me close to that ideal experience that I want to have.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. It's just too much choice. And then there's a special, you know, when you think, okay, I'm just going to stick with my library of shame. I haven't played a couple of these games yet.
Yeah.
And then, there's a deal on this other game and you'll try something else. So, I'm in that.
Yeah, PlayStation Plus and Xbox with those game catalogs.
Yeah.
You're like, you can give it a go, but the second they have a hiccup, I think, okay, I've had enough.
Why should I bother? I didn't pay for this.
It's like you have 300 games to choose from.
Yeah, exactly. And Epic Game Store has free stuff every week, 2 new games for free.
Yeah.
Steam.
And you end up.
I struggle just to find, you know, a brand new game, the price comes out. I'm like, dude, I have got a catalogue stacked.
Totally.
But because we're on Veteran Gamers, I'm all right. I don't feel too much pressure. If I was on IGN talking every week, I'd be like, I've been playing this brand new game. But no, it's
when it's your job. But then I think it's probably a little less fun because there's so much pressure to like not only play it, but like review it and talk about the graphics and the sound and all the rest of it. So.
Yeah, what is everybody going to say?
Right.
You know, it's how's it going to be received? So. Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, if you guys have any recommendations, please send them across. I'd be interested to try a couple of just try to find the next game. I think part of the problem is I'm waiting for GTA 6 to arrive.
Sure.
Everyone is.
And you know,
that is the baby that everyone is looking at. Like,
I was even thinking about picking up Red Dead Redemption 2 again recently, but then I thought, I'm gonna have that fatigue by that point, aren't I?
You could, if there's an open world game I want to play, then I'm gonna try not to play an open world game before that because I know that it can carry over and that sort of thing. So.
I don't know if your phone can handle pressing the X button that much.
Yeah. Next. What I need you to do, Arthur, is to have some faith in me.
God damn it, Dutch.
Yeah. Oh, Dutch. All right. So I've got another one to mention real quick, and then we can get on to some news maybe, unless you had something else, Ben. No. There was a game called Shape Sender Deluxe. Weird game, I know, but it's a puzzle game. I'm hoping there's footage of it. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so it's a very rudimentary game, and so hang on a second. Let me change the thing on the thing. Shape Sender. I'm just gonna put Shape Sender. Yeah. So you've got a pipe where the thing is coming out. You got a pipe where the thing needs to go. That's the whole game. And the first level, as you can see on the screen, is fairly simple in terms of they show you the arc of where the thing's going to go. And then you have a box and you put the box somewhere on a grid. And then what you need to do is you need to interrupt the thing and then it'll drop down into the pipe. And then if enough of them fall in there, you're good.
Okay.
That's the first level. Then they start introducing springs. Then they got magnets, and pretty soon there's like multiple things. So you need to have them not bump into each other. You need to send the square over the, pipe that launches the circle, and then use the magnet to suck the thing from the circle down into the pipe where it needs to go. It gets pretty interesting pretty quickly.
Have you played The Incredible Machine?
I don't think I have.
Okay, well, I suppose the first question I should have asked is, do you enjoy these games?
I enjoyed this one for the 16 levels they give you in the demo. And then I was like, I'm going to wish list it because they were really thirsty for wish lists. But yeah. I don't think I would pay very much for this. I'd probably wait for it to show up free somewhere.
Do you think that's because you're not impressed with the design of the game, or? It's
not that I'm not impressed. I mean, the design is fine. There's some good humor. It takes itself. I think they're a little in love with their humor. So they're trying to be cute and wacky, but it's also kind of annoying in some ways. But yeah. I do appreciate the fact that, first of all, there's a number of ways to do each level. And so it's kind of an experiment thing where you're like trying to figure out, okay, I put the box here and then I rotate it this much and then see what happens to the balls that come near it.
Yeah, reaction
et cetera.
kind of.
Yeah. So it is satisfying to get it sorted, but it also... It suffers from the problem that I think the original Space Chem had, which is one of the games that was made by, I can't remember the name of the developer, but they did like Magnum Opus and Eliza. Zachtronics is the company that made it. Their first game, Space Chem, the grid filled up pretty quickly. You know what I mean? And so the fact that in this game, like I said, if you have two things coming different ways, you can only put that magnet in so many spots before you start sucking the thing toward it that you don't want to suck toward it. So it gets complicated, and then it becomes like, oh, you got to place it in exactly this spot, and then you twist it a little bit, and it just throws the whole thing off. So I think it's designed pretty well. It's just that at a certain point, it's just like, I think it's getting too complicated, and I'm not having as much fun as I did for the early levels.
Yeah, it seems, if I can use the word finicky, it seems like you've really got to kind of get everything in exactly the right place and location.
You do. And at the same time, I'll say that there were some levels that were like, okay, you only have 3 springs. And I ended up doing it with 1. And it was kind of lucky that I just put it where I thought it ought to go. And then, bam, it worked. And I was like, oh, sweet. And the game actually responded with, wow, you did that with just 1 spring. That's impressive. So I felt, proper rewarded for being lucky, basically. But also having that visual sense, which I think was probably because I play a lot of Rocket League.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I would say if you do enjoy something like this, if you haven't played The Incredible Machine yet, it's very much a chain reaction game.
All right, I'm writing it down now.
Yeah, it's back from, I think it's one of the first PC games I actually ever bought. So it's back in the 90s.
Yeah, sure.
But it's a simple game.
Yeah.
And again, it's satisfying. You got a little puzzle, you put a few things in. This to me is a little bit more basic than what I'd probably like. But maybe as you get further in, maybe get a few more parts that you can use. And yeah,
it gets proper complex, but it's that's a double-edged sword. For some people, that's going to really work, and for other people, it's like me. It reaches a point where it's like, okay, especially when there's a lot of stuff in a small space. I'm just like, give me Skyrim, big open spaces.
Yeah. From what you played, is it always the same thing? You just have to get the dots from one pipe to the other pipe.
But like I said, at some point they include like squares and dots, so that there's multiple things.
Yes, so it might bounce differently or something like that. Okay, yeah, cool.
So neat idea. It might be worth looking at if you like a good puzzle game. I talked about Artisan of Glimmerth, which I got Stu into as well. I love games where I can just sort of play a level, feel proud of myself, bounce out. Next day, come back, do that again, just check it off. Like I start pretty much every day with, I have an app called Memrise, which helps me learn a little bit of Spanish. And then I'll do the New York Times connections puzzle and the Wordle. And then I'll do Flow, is the best mobile game ever. And they have daily challenges. So I'll just do those as a way to learn a little Spanish and feel like, okay, my brain's kind of humming a little bit today. So, I get warmed up for the day. And I think at the end of the day, I also, I like to have these little puzzle games as a sort of flip side of that, where it's like, okay, at the end of the day, I'll do a little brain teaser to just sort of, whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting. You find those little things that you can do which kind of help your day as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the routine of it, or like you say, just try to shift it into gear. Just kind of go, okay, this is routine. I'm getting going, and yeah.
I think there's also ego for me. Like there's a part of me that's like, and if I don't get connections, I'm like, but on the other hand, I'll be like, oh, that was a stupid puzzle today. But the other thing for me, at least, is so much of teaching is just bashing your head against something and not being able to achieve the thing you want to. I'm going to get that kid to write in his journal today. No, you're not. So having something where I know what I need to do and I can make it happen. Again, I think Rocket League is part of that. It's like, oh, I can get the ball in the goal once in a while. So
yeah, and you're happy with that. As soon as it happens, it's cool.
Exactly. Kyle, sorry, Ben. Anything else you got? Any other games?
No, I'm all done this week.
Well, then, we are ready to talk about some news.
Putting news first.
And boy, howdy, is there news. There were two big events recently. One was, what was it called? Well, one was Sony's State of Play, and then the other was Summer Game Fest 2026. So, do y'all have a preference about which one we start with? Because there were a bunch of new games revealed at each of these. So,
I've had a quick look at the list of both of them.
Okay, well, let's start with Summer Game Fest then. This is the one from a lot of different developers, from a lot of different. Sony's is the State of Play, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Were there any that stood out to you, Kyle or Ben, on the Summer Game Fest showcase?
I think the first one that I saw just before was the announcement of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I don't know. Are you guys a fan of?
I loved them back in the day. I read the comic books a lot. I really like the comic books. So
I like the titles. They're cool.
Yeah, they're cool. So this announcement trailers come out, which I said. It's laughable. You can see it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because they put the theme tune on, but there's no gameplay. There's nothing. And
The Last Ronin.
This is the thing I struggle with announcements nowadays, because they can announce whatever they want, but when is it actually going to come out?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
soon.
They can put
someday, eventually.
So that's the first one. I'm probably quite excited about. Because I don't know if it's going to be. Is it third person? I'm assuming.
Because it was by
the same.
You know what they didn't really say? When I looked into it, there is hardly any detail in that. Because it literally was just a teaser. I thought that looks cool. I will play that in 3 years, 4 years time.
Yeah, I think it was the. What did they say? Was the publishers, or sorry, the developers of the game? Do you guys know? But definitely a lot of kind of like ninja games.
Yeah. I'll look it up and see what I can find. No release date given. Bayonetta and Nier Automata Studio Platinum Games is developing it. So
yeah, which
there are worse developers to be in charge of this.
I think as Chinny said, kind of when you see the developers and they make announcements like that, you go, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
The combos are going to be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So,
and according to GameInformer.com, it's the first AAA game from Paramount Game Studio, a new conglomerate aiming to take Paramount IP and translate it into the video game medium. And there have been a mixed bag in terms of TMNT games. I think the side-scrolling one in the arcade was the classic, was the best one, because it was cartoony, didn't take itself too seriously. I think some of the games have taken themselves a little too seriously.
That's what I'm worried about when it comes to Last Ronin. I'm assuming it's Raphael only, which he can be a bit miserable at times.
I didn't even think about that. Oh, I would not want to play. I want my choice. That's the thing with TMNT, man. You get to choose who you're going to be. I'm going to be Michelangelo because nunchucks are the best.
Unless they're going to give Raphael all the weapons, and then he's going to be a badass.
Or it starts with him, and then he needs help from his brothers.
Maybe.
We're in the sewer, Amy. I'm guns to talk about the turtles.
Yeah. It could be that tutorial, like you see it perfect, and then you become Raphael, and you're like, your mistakes constantly.
Yeah. It's I must say, I'm looking forward to this. But any others you guys have seen?
I got some.
Me,
go ahead.
Yeah, I tell you what really piqued my interest. Even though I'm not a massive Star Wars fan because of what Disney have done.
Oh no, it looked cool.
The Star Wars, I loved the pod racing, and I loved both of them, to be honest, that they announced. The pod racing for me, did any of you play it back in the day, the PlayStation 2 pod
I
racing
did not,
game?
but I always thought pod racing was the coolest part of,
Yeah, that game, for me, that game is nostalgia, because there's a character called Ben, obviously.
Oh, okay.
So, and he's the guy in the movies where he instantly doesn't get going, it explodes, and he is an absolute flop. And I'm like, I remember my dad's looking at me like, Ben, don't get too big, because it was like, I'm in Star Wars. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
I'm the butt of a joke. So in the video game, I used to play as him. He had the worst stats and everything, and I would grind him until
you're gonna have redemption for this man.
Oh yeah, man. Ben, he's coming back. He's gonna be all right. He will get to lap 3 and make it.
Okay.
But yeah, the combo, it looked a bit Burnout Paradise-y, but like
I got a little bit of that. I don't think it's giving that. I agree.
It didn't look too. Pod racing, let's not take it too serious. It didn't look serious. They were like, dude, we're just having spaceships driving around doing laps, and it didn't look too Mario Kart either. Like these special abilities that always seem to screw you over. This literally looked like a proper good.
Well, this is clearly the best thing about episode 1, the pod racing, and so they did it back in the day, and to all accounts, as you say, I think they did it pretty well. And ever since then, it's like, what if we did it even better now with today's hardware? And I think that's what we're getting here.
I think they read the room as well, because a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's been years, so everyone. When I saw it, I was like, you know what? That feels the right time for a pod racing game.
Sure.
Yeah.
And this is out in October of this year, so you don't have to wait too long.
Yeah, that's what. Again, when I saw the date, I was like, oh, this is actually coming out.
Yeah. And then what was the other Star Wars game called?
It was Star Wars Zero Company.
Zero Company,
and
right?
That intrigued me because I think everyone in their life has had an XCOM phase. Yeah. And I haven't played that game in about 5 years. But when I was in, oh my gosh, I was so in. I loved XCOM. And I've not played one for ages. So again, it feels the right time to play a good XCOM game, but in the Star Wars universe.
I think the thing about Star Wars for me is that they have the money to do it right. You know what I mean? Lucasfilm games, I remember Loom way back in the day. I don't know if y'all ever played Loom, but that was the first Lucas game I ever played. And I remember not being too into it, but still thinking like, okay, this is a game that's trying to be movie-ish. And I think ever since then, that's been kind of the thing that Lucasfilm's games has done pretty well. So, yeah, I can see this being worth our time.
Yeah, and the way the strategy works, because there was after I went deep into it, and it's not just the basic. There is there's like XCOM. You could go deep if you really wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
And this looks like it's got those like you say, they put the money into it, and it's out August 27th as well.
Yeah,
out real soon.
No doubt.
So yes,
and this is on PlayStation 5, Xbox, PC.
Yeah, that's on my wish list.
Everything.
Sure.
Yeah. What about you, Duke?
So we didn't really get much in it, but I am excited for a game that's going to come out in 2 years, apparently. Guild Wars 3. People who know me, speaking of my MMO addiction, Guild Wars 2 is still, to this day, the game that is recommended more than any other, especially if you don't have any money, because it's free to play the base game. They've done an amazing job over the years of keeping it relevant. I wish they had updated the game engine and the combat, but that's what's going to happen here. Guild Wars 3 looks incredible. It looks like the game I really want to play. Unfortunately, it's not coming out until fall 2027. So I got over a year to wait for this one. But maybe they'll do a beta. Maybe they'll do a play test. I've been getting into them, so maybe I can get into the Guild Wars 3 play test. I don't know. But the thing that Guild Wars 2, I think, does very, very well is, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they do it even better in 3, is to make community spontaneous and meaningful. So there are always guilds you can find, especially in a game like Guild Wars 2, right? But if you play solo in Guild Wars 2, there are events that happen, and you'll just have people just show up for these events. And they're not big events. Like Throne and Liberty tries to make like big events happen, and it's like, you're going to come together with people and do this and that. And you see them bopping around during these events, but there's no meaningful connection. In Guild Wars 2, there will be events like, this sort of mini boss shows up, and if you try to attack it alone, you're toast. But if you have 3 other people show up, that one will be a healer and one will be a tank, and you figure out where you're going to help out the group. And it's again meaningful and spontaneous. So like, you don't have to do the elaborate, like, I want to queue up someone explore this dungeon with me, because there's a place for that, and that's fine, instance dungeons and stuff. But this game, Guild Wars 2, has always done a great job of like, here's a little thing that's happening, and some people from nearby are going to come over and help you with it. So I'm looking forward to see how they refine that and make it even better. And I hope they keep doing that, because I think the money isn't necessarily in that so much as it is, you got to have the same DLC, or you got to do this, you got to do that. But I feel like ArenaNet has done a very good job of balancing the money profit option with just making it accessible and fun for everybody. So.
Yeah, my brother loved Guild Wars 2. He was so into it, the faction battling. Yeah,
totally.
He absolutely was like in for hours. He'd sit there and be like, okay, there's the red team are attacking here, and then they're conquering the blue, but then we're up top, and like you say, and then those events, they were constantly popping up.
Yeah.
And like you say, I think they had the same thing like Sea of Thieves had, where like they would appear, and you're like, have they on purposely like deliberately done that? But I think they do. They're like, they feed you into it. Like, come on, there's 12 people nearby. If we have an event here, we've got enough people to drag it in. 6 of them should come. So then you turn up, 5 of us rock up, and you think, oh yeah, we can do it.
Yeah. Totally.
And they've earned the trust as well. They've definitely earned the trust.
Yeah, totally. And the other thing that I like about Guild Wars 2, and this is kind of a minor thing, but hey, whatever. You can customize your character pretty well. There are some MMOs that, again, like their money model has to do with selling you skins or selling you different pieces of clothing. This is how Once Human makes their money. But I think Guild Wars 2, you can buy stuff like that. Like there's really fancy stuff, or, the stuff you get when you kill, the ultimate boss or whatever it is. But there's also like, in New World, dyes are very rare. Whereas in this game, they're just throwing dyes at you all the time. You can dye anything, any color, pretty much from the jump. And I really appreciate that, because I think it's just like, let me make myself look how I want to look, dude. So
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, at least mix colors. You don't have to unlock every single key piece of equipment right now, but just change colors. Everything look the same.
Absolutely.
So, because nothing's more infuriating than that.
Others that stood out from the Summer Game Fest?
Well, I just saw is it Grounded 2 has been announced.
Well, Grounded 2's been no. Grounded 2's been out, I thought.
I think it's on beta. I think it was like a beta.
Oh, was it beta? I gotcha.
Yeah, because
it's launching.
Because Grounded 1 has only just come out on the PS Plus subscription as a free game. And I thought that looked really cool because I don't know if you've got into Grounded before. It looks like a Duke game.
Yeah, it's a Duke game, no doubt.
So I don't know if you're interested in 2 at all.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I mean, I've played. I think we did it as a Play My Game because I'm pretty sure it was on. Yeah. Okay. So this is on Xbox, I think, right now as like a. I don't know what you would call it, but.
Like the beta or something.
Exactly right. Early access, or they call it something else on Xbox, but yeah. So this has been announced for PlayStation. So the YouTube thing says more players are about to enter Brook Hollow Park. And I think it does a very good job. I think the game does a number of things well. One, or maybe it was a Next Fest thing on Steam. I can't remember. Anyway, no, because Chinny doesn't fuck with Steam, but maybe he did. I don't know. Anyway, but it does a good job of like, first of all, there's a story, there's a clear path you have to follow. Whereas a lot of games, it'll be like, open, do whatever you want. In this game, it's like, you need to get out of your predicament of being tiny. And it also has zones that you need to stay away from if you're not strong enough for. So I think they've done a good job sort of balancing those things.
Yeah, I'll give it a try. It's again looks like a bit of fun, so why not?
It is, and the crafting, I think it does work very well. And I remember that when we were playing this, I got into general mode somehow. I was like, okay, here's what we need to do, because they were, Stu was off exploring, that's what he does, and Chinny was just gathering. Chinny is a worker ant.
I'm remembering this now.
Yeah, and I was just like, all right, Chinny, get that, bring it over here. Stu, where the fuck are you? Get back here. And he's like, I found a nest of aphids, and they're gonna kill you. Get back here. So yeah.
Yeah. So I'll give that one a go, and again, maybe if number 2's coming out, it might be exciting. I mean, it's got to be good news if these franchises are bringing out some new IPs, and they make a second one. Right. That's the thing. It's good. Totally. You want to see something different, don't you? So yeah, it's good news.
Yeah. So there's one. Ben, you have something else that stood out to you?
One that stood out that I know will blow up for the younger generation. Among Us story on God.
Yeah.
I played that for like a short time, but it's a full-blown detective story. It looked a bit like Professor Layton, but more child-friendly. But I don't know. Among Us, I don't mind them like trying to tell a story about it. Like the game itself is fun to play, but like a full-blown story of who did it. I thought actually this fits pretty well, and it doesn't look too. I think the kids. I don't speak.
Well, they've hooked the kids with the original, and now they've got. It's like when Minecraft, the Telltale Minecraft came out. It's like, okay, not everyone's gonna love this, but the people who like Minecraft are obviously gonna buy it.
Like I saw it and was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But then the online Discord of all my younger cousins, everyone were like, oh my gosh, Among Us story mode, like what's gonna happen?
And you can tell that they're showing the person moving through the vents, and it's like, okay, it's in the original. They're trying to push the buttons of what people love about the original, but also give us something new and interesting. So
I thought, I'm not desperate to check it out, but I know the younger generation are gonna be all over that because back in the day when you have those games that you play and then they're like, we're making a different version of it, you're all in, like
totally
at that age.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, there's been Dragon what's it called? The RuneScape Dragon Wilds is a game that, again, it's been on early access for a while on Steam, a few months at least, but they're getting it ready to come out at some point. So I think that this is going to be interesting. September is when it's supposed to drop. It's funny.
On console as well, is it?
I don't know. That's a good question. It says PlayStation 5, Xbox, PC.
That's a big deal because RuneScape's got such a hardcore
PC.
Oh yeah. And like this is like crafting and survival too. So I'm like, you got my, I'm in. The place
I ain't gonna lie, the RuneScape lore as well is pretty decent,
Yeah,
like
totally.
I have my RuneScape craving of trying to get woodcutting 99.
Sure,
but like the
sure.
story mode, it's quite deep, you know. It's
Yeah.
got like the Guft armor, the battles, and
The art style here kind of looks like Fortnite, which is fine by me because, you know, I think that a cartoony game deserves a cartoony style. But yeah, like you say, there's plenty of story, and I think the combat's always been pretty decent, and I think they're making it even better here. So yeah, I've been thinking I should pull the trigger on RuneScape, but there's a part on Dragon Wilds, and this is a new game for those who don't know. RuneScape had old school RuneScape, and then they redid it, and people are like, play the old school. But anyway, this is the new one, and I can totally see myself getting this when it comes 1.0, and I might even dip in when it gets closer and closer because then I probably save money doing early access. I don't know. But
I think I'll give this a try as well because again, I enjoy those. RuneScape looks to me like one of those you get lost in that world for a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what I'm kind of maybe looking forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's on console, even better.
Yeah. My student teacher, not the most recent one, but the one before that, he was crazy into RuneScape. In fact, I asked him, like, hey, you been playing RuneScape? He's like, when I started doing my student teaching, I had to uninstall RuneScape because I was going to miss, I was not going to have the time to do the teaching work if I was playing RuneScape. And I was like, that's pretty intense, dude. But it's good that he recognized that about himself.
It is so addictive, that game. Like, just clicking, like I do, for me, I never had a membership because my mum and dad couldn't afford it. So like, we're broke, no membership. And I was like, right, I'm going to do my woodcutting to 99.
Yeah.
I would just click. It was like the most cookie clicker game. Like click, use, burn, sell. And and then years later, I was like trying to remember details. Couldn't remember them. I was like, right, I'm going to do it again.
Time to do it again.
But time is a valuable thing, and I do not have it to spend my time.
But that's speaking of which,
I would.
Yeah, and speaking of which, like that, there's a scene in this trailer where the dude is like got some sort of magic purple axe that he sends to take 3 trees down at once, which says to me that they know that the tedium is fine, but that sometimes it's nice to be able to make it easier to, in the same way that Once Human lets you get a little beaver that like collects wood for you. I think it just makes sense for some games to be like, look, we know it can be tedious chopping down the same tree over and over again, so we'll give you a little way out here or there.
Yeah, but it's a nice little feature to have, isn't it? Just
absolutely.
Make it a little bit easier to collect the stuff.
That
and
quality
again, if you can
stuff,
use it's a magical world. If you can do these things, why not?
Right. Why not?
That's not realistic. Who cares?
Have you met RuneScape players?
Right. Well, that's the thing. Right. And they'll always have old school RuneScape, so they can, keep or turn it off maybe, or like I don't want to use the purple thing, or there's probably an achievement if you don't use it or whatever. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Stu, one last game for Stu. Just mention it because I know he loved the first one.
Yeah.
Alien Isolation 2.
Oh yeah, that's coming out. There's a new Control game coming out.
Stu must have gone, ooh, that's not good. He did when he was there on his holidays.
Totally. Yeah. Let me put that
also,
up here.
I saw obviously as bringing stuff up, but it seems like a few games we still need to get on State to Play. But it seems like a few games bringing out almost DLCs again, adding to the stories, which I don't feel like we've got a lot of in the last probably few years. I don't know if I'm correct in saying that, but for games like it was Mafia, The Old Country,
right? They
brought out is it Man of Honor or something like that now that they're bringing out another bit of the story, so which is interesting. I don't know how they're going to do that. But
also, Tupac's in a game called Stranger Than Heaven, which I don't know what it is. But
yeah, but then
absolutely.
Also, even First Light apparently has a new mission that's also going to be I don't know if it's a DLC as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, First Light's only come out in the last week or two weeks.
Yeah.
It's already have something else in the pipeline. It's crazy.
New Monster Hunter expansion.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to pay for these, I'm assuming? You're going to have to pay a little bit more for these?
I mean, it depends. Some of them you do, some of them you don't. But I think that one will be something you pay for.
Do you remember the last DLC you bought? Do you buy DLCs or are you like more
the Skyrim ones. I tend to, even the Bethesda ones, though, I waited for them. And not all of them. Like Fallout 4 had a bunch of DLC. But a lot of it was okay, here's a way to like have robots in your bases or something, and I'm like, I'm not paying for that. Fuck off.
Yeah, a little bit of a new environment when you when you've explored everything.
Right.
It's a nice little feature to add to the game. So
Yeah.
most of the time, I think when I pick up DLC, it's because the game's been out so long that I get everything.
Yeah. Sure.
At a good price as well.
Right.
So yeah, it's just I'm just fascinated, especially with 007. They've already announced something else is coming out.
Sure.
And then, did you guys want to talk about State of Play?
Yeah, there's a
well,
bunch of others,
or-
but I'm sure Stu and Shinny will be like, "Why don't you talk about this? Oh my God!" There's a new
course.
Final Fantasy one coming, a new Saw game, a new Control game, but we can talk about those another time. So, so State of Play was the Sony one. What stood out to you here?
A lot, to be honest. I don't know what Sony is doing at the moment, but there's a lot of games that have been announced. So we got
Trying to be
the
relevant.
first one, which has brought up a little bit of controversy, is the God of War.
Oh my God, it's a woman! Oh my God, it's a woman! Oh my God, a woman!
Yeah. So I don't read a lot of the comments, but I've just seen a few news articles saying it's been a little bit negative. It's not Kratos, from what I can understand. It's his wife that you're playing as,
Which is fine.
which
she's a
is
cool
fine.
character. I thought she in the God of War 1 and 2. I really enjoyed her when she came on the screen. She brought a lot of the she wasn't just a bystander, like, oh, here she is. No, she was a full-blown powerful.
I think a lot of the problem. Well, when I look at the game, the issue is I already know the ending. I already know she's dead. So you kind of go, what's the point of going through the story? But I think it'd be a good. Well, the God of War games have been quite good so far. So a little bit of combat, it's fun. I love the kind of Norse mythology of these games.
Yeah.
So to get introduced to kind of a few of the other gods, and let's be honest, it's Norse mythology. There's no reason she can't come back in the third one for some reason. That's why you're going to find out in this game how it's all happened.
Right.
But yeah, so that's the one I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
The other one is Wolverine.
100%.
Yeah, sure.
This is the one where I was like, give me this. Like,
Yeah, it looks sick.
it does. It looks class. Like when it's one of those ones where there has been Wolverine games. They have been coming out. About last one must have been like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, I think about
It's been a
that,
minute, yeah.
And like that wasn't that a brutal 18 plus Wolverine version, if I remember correctly. But
Yeah, and I remember it being sort of, isometric, a third person, but like from a distance, like not too up close and personal, but plenty of bloodshed and stuff. And I think that this is going to be more of that in your face kind of Gears of War type of visceral, like, you can feel the blades getting stuck in the person's torso or whatever.
As soon as this game started playing the trailer, I was like, "You've got me."
Yeah.
But Wolverine's kind of he's a cool character as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, he just makes you. I think he different. You know how Spider-Man, because when you play the Spider-Man games, he does feel like Spider-Man. Like the different versions, they hop, they skip, they have their stuff. But that when you see the gameplay of him, I'm like, dude, he walks like they really have mastered the way.
Well,
They perfected it now, haven't they?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they really
And
have
like
mastered it.
Wolverine is a character who is he's so archetypal, like caring and compassionate, but when it's time to do the mission, like he will fuck you up and he will bathe himself in blood. And it's just fun to be so powerful, but also, doing it for the right reasons.
That's the thing, and I have to say, because I even watch the gameplay now, it is so brutal with the amount of gore that's in there. But what do you expect from a guy with blades for hands? You know what I mean?
He was bred for it, man. They did the operations on him. It's the only world he's ever known.
That's what you want to see.
Yeah, you got to give him credit for going for it as well, not just
yes.
going around the edges of.
Sure.
It's green goo. It's not this. Like no, we're going.
Or the guys disappear when they die or something like that. Like, you know what? It was always a pretty messed up character, and so we're gonna lean into that.
Yeah, it looks.
I don't know about the yellow outfit, to be honest. I feel like yellow is not the best color for a hardcore superhero. I feel like the X-Men
Duke,
movies did a good
you
job
are
with it.
wrong, sir. So
Okay.
there you go.
I know that's the traditional. That's the way he looks. But what other superhero has yellow? I mean,
let's be honest here. The amount of skins you're gonna get, like the Spider-Man
that's
skin,
fair.
You could dress him up with how you like it.
Yeah.
If you like him green, Duke, you can have him green.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. Get different costumes, so that's cool.
Yeah, no doubt.
The other game I looked forward to was the announcement of Stuntman Hollywood. Did you guys?
I didn't see that one.
Ever play the original Stuntman game?
I didn't.
I think it was on PlayStation 2.
No.
Yeah, when you're trying to get the points, you shoot them out of a rocket.
Well, yeah. Well, I can't remember if that was a mission, but it was very, very kind of. I remember. Yeah, it was. It was and driving focus, where you kind of have a stage and you got to kind of get from one part to the other part, but do it in a particular sequence and miss certain obstacles and everything else to get to the end.
I forgot about this game.
And this new one looks pretty cool because it seems like they've got a little bit of IP, only looking from the trailer.
Yeah.
But they've got different IP from, Fast and Furious.
Nice.
They've got, I saw the DeLorean. I've seen Knight Rider.
Okay.
So it's those kinds of vehicles. You're like, if you want to drive in these Stuntman games, those are the cars you want to drive.
Oh, totally.
So
and the set pieces that are like,
go
like I want to be in this movie or this show.
Yeah. So it's nice to see that's been kind of revisited as a franchise. I mean, I don't know how well it did in the first place with the first one, but
I think
it must be a market now.
Good, yeah, and I think it's the type of thing that a lot of people have probably said, like, dude, they could do it so well if they did it for real again now. And I think it looks like, the question is going to be, okay, yeah, you're driving under a semi truck and then causing things to explode behind you. How easy is it going to be able to make that happen in the game, or is it going to be the type of thing where you have to do it 10 times in order for it to really happen, or whatever?
From memory of the original game, it's very seldom you're going to get through the first level.
Yeah.
Straight away. It's going to be a few attempts.
Well, and as it should be, because otherwise the only option is fucking QuickTime events, and nobody wants that in a game like this.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, I'm looking forward to that. And then the other one was another Tomb Raider game. So, I mean, who doesn't like a Tomb Raider game?
Yeah.
Unless it's the old ones and they're remastered and they're not very good. But yeah, those are the ones I'm looking forward to the most, I think.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Legacy of Atlantis is the new Tomb Raider. Yeah.
Yes,
I don't know too much about it.
And then every so often, I know it's a bit nerdy, but the Ace Combat games.
Okay.
I never buy them, but every 8 years after they put them on PlayStation Plus, and I'm like, you know what? I fancy a flying game, feeling like a military guy.
Yeah,
and then I forget that up is down and left is right, and I crash. But in 8 years' time, when it's on PlayStation Plus, I will play it and have a good time.
Yeah, it's a bit too quick for me, I must be honest. I've realized I can't do these games anymore. That's too much.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, maybe.
But no, that's cool. I mean, yeah, I remember Afterburner in the arcade. Y'all remember that? Where you the thing would move when you're flying it around. I just love that.
I think we still got a few around some of the bowling alleys around here.
But yeah, no, I remember Hawks when it came out for maybe Xbox 360 or something back in the day.
Yeah.
I had a good bash on that. I think for me, the Ace Combat ones are probably a little more sophisticated than I would be able to have fun with, but maybe I have never tried them. So, maybe. I don't know. Can't wait to give it a shot.
So cool. I think that's it from obviously there's other games that have been announced. You've mentioned Ace. Banjo the Theft I've never heard of. That looks like a new one.
There's some new IPs that I don't know anything about.
As well, the elephant in the room.
It's a standalone prequel to Dave the Diver, apparently.
The dates, did you notice? They all believe GTA is coming out. No one touched those dates. That gave me full confidence when no one's touching
Chinny
it.
said that, that's the case.
Yeah, everybody's like, no, this is. Whereas last time there was people putting their games in, and you think,
right?
Oh, that's not a good sign. If you actually think you can come, they must have heard. But this time, everyone's moving out of the way. So
definitely, it's
It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening.
Yeah, invest now.
Forever.
Buy stock is, I would say, low, but I feel like the high is high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Cool.
But yeah, I think that's it from my side on the games.
Yeah. Any others, Ben, that caught your eye on the PlayStation side? I'll take that as a no.
No, sorry.
That's
No,
fine. All right. Well, we have not talked about the Play My Game bitch, but we should talk about that real quick because I totally realized that we never talked about it. So
I forgot.
then we'll get to the speed pipes. I thought this was going to be a short show. This is actually.
It's never going to be short when I'm talking.
Yeah, exactly. So, let's play. Marathon is the one that we played because it had a free-to-play weekend on Steam, and then it had it's on X or a PS something somehow.
Yeah, it was on PS Plus as a demo as well. I mean, I downloaded it on PC first, and I played it on there quickly, and then I saw it was on PlayStation.
Sure.
So yeah, I actually played it on there as well because I'm just more comfortable on the controls.
Sure. This so Marathon was a game that was one of the first, along with Wolfenstein 2 or Wolfenstein 3D and Doom. Marathon was one of the first generation of shooters way back in the day, and it was made by Bungie, which is why it surprised me that this is now on It's a PlayStation game that happens to be on Steam. Did y'all ever play the one back in the day? The old
No,
one?
I never played it.
Yeah.
I looked it up, and yeah, it was in release 90? Well, in the early 90s.
94. Yeah, it was made by Bungie for the Macintosh. So, it was an interesting. I remember in the lab, the computer lab where I went to uni, people were nuts for it. They would play it like all night long, and I was just like, okay, that's not my thing, but you all go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I suppose the first question is, was the first one an extraction shooter?
No,
as
it
well?
was not. That's the new.
Okay.
I think Arc Raiders came out more recently. It's not as though Marathon is copying Arc Raiders, but it's clear that once the Battle Royale thing had run its course, people were like, okay, what we can't just make a shooter. What kind of shooter should we make now? And it feels like extraction shooters are the new Battle Royale.
Yeah. And do you historically like them?
I like them in theory. I think I want to like them, but the practice of playing them, the fact that it's like you do a run rather than like exploring this world, and you do explore the world, but it just feels kind of like in the way that a roguelike game feels a little artificial in its setup. Like something about it bugs me. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Ben, what's your take on these kinds of games in general?
Arc Raiders was my style that I thought this clicks with me. But yeah, these run games, you pump in so much time and then you're dead. You've just lost all your progress. But I don't know, Arc Raiders did have something going for it where like it wasn't unfair. It felt it flowed well. It flowed well. I actually really liked that game. Really did. But am I willing to pump in like people put that as their main game and they just play it constantly?
Yeah, sure.
I can't do that. I'm not like dedicated to these types of raids, and I don't care that much. And it's like, you sat there looking for loot and there's gunfires, and you think, oh, it's better than this one. You've got to fully loot.
Oh, my inventory's full. I gotta drop something in order to figure out what's the most valuable thing to take out or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the key is when you go into the game, especially on console, if you can quickly select the one you want, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Some games
learn that
loot
skill
shooters like that. Don't have it. Like Marathon, I found it just trying to sort out what's better, what's it. And then thumbing across
so
much
quite
grabbing it, and then L1 I don't know if you played it on controller, but it's like L1, R1 switched it, and then I dropped my weapon, and then I would in a way
that's a nightmare. Yeah.
I was like, and I don't know, it was me probably. The detail of there's like subtitles and it was so small. I was looking at the screen.
Yeah,
and there's so much text on the screen. And just so many design elements. Like, oh my God. And like anytime, especially when you start, because they're trying to walk you through, it's like, okay, blue box over here to let you know, okay, do this. Go to your loadout. Go to the vault. Go to this. And I'm just like, fuck off. I thought I was shooting things. What is all this?
Yeah, I found the health management. I was like, it looked like I was always on like 20% health.
Yeah.
So I was like, found health pads. I just inject it. Nothing would happen. I'm like, wait, is this the shield? Is this the health? Like what? And then you get To be fair, you do get owned though by those machines.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing is that like
Man, they are.
right, it's a tough game because it's not much for it. I took down 3 monsters, 3 bots or whatever they were, and then like I was like, oh sweet, because that's one of your first missions, and I was like, oh man, I'm rocking it, and then a fourth one showed up, dead, and I was like, oh fuck off. But it's also part of it, you know what I mean? I think they're trying to teach you, okay, you're going to die. Like, that's the way it works. And then you come back, and we're going to give you some stuff to help you not die. And it's partly like you got to learn how to manage your stuff before you go in so that you have the best shield add-on or the best microchip that's going to keep you aware of gunfire or whatever it is. So, I think the depth really works in the favor of people who are going to play this a lot. But for those of us who are just dipping in to see what it's like, God help us.
Yeah, I think that's a problem with these games. I also once tried Escape from Tarkov, and because I love the look of it.
Man. That's a tough game.
And I feel like it's the same with this game. Unfortunately, the learning curve is so high if you want to be good at the game. What weapon do you pick up? What is this item? These are credits. What do I use the credits for? This is a health pack. That's something else. This is an attachment modification you can get for the gun. It throws so much at you so quickly.
And there's like 6 factions, and you get to know this faction first, and here's your AI that's working for that faction, and you get bonuses from this, and they have a kit that's ready to go when you do their mission, and God, it's exhausting.
Yeah, I think the entry level, unfortunately, for these games is so tough. Obviously, you've got to collect all that stuff whilst you hear footsteps. Around you as well. I think a lot of these games as extraction shooters, and I don't know if you can change it on this one, but as it's PvPvE, I kind of struggle as well because you've got these players who, again, spend a lot of time. They know the maps. They know what they're looking for. They know what's pick up. I'm just bait for them. That's
absolutely.
Which
we are the cannon fodder, and that is fine. But man, it sucks to be absolutely cannon fodder.
Well, and you're still trying to learn how the game works, and then it's like owned. I'm like, what the fuck?
For me, look, I struggle with the menus. Like, which one do you want to pick? Like, okay, I'll pick this one. It's like, you have not locked this. You have not locked this there. I was like, dude, just tell me.
Don't show me the things that I can't use.
And then it finally was like, okay, you pick what you want. I'm like, okay, what's my special ability? So you're in the menus, like tiny font as well, reading, and then suddenly it's like, you've not moved in 5 minutes, we're going to send a robot to kill you. But I'm actually halfway through the menus reading like, what's this? I'm like, oh.
And I feel like no, I lost it. I completely forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead.
My question is, right, this was meant to be there. Like, because I looked at Marathon, how much money they spent for this game. They pumped in millions into this game. I'm like, wow, Bungie really are banking on this game being a success. And
well, I think that's a bit of the problem. They don't want to bring out a Destiny 3, do they? That's unless it's in development. So they want to maybe create a new RP. So they've got to do something different. And I think a bit of the problem is here. You're playing. It's an online multiplayer game. You know, you're fighting each other, which already the market's flooded for this anyway. And I think the thing that Destiny does well is, again, it gives you quests that, although you can have enemies in the game, you're still kind of working for the same objective. Whereas I feel like in this game, again, it's who's the better player or who has the best kit sometimes is the winner, you know, and how far is this going to be for a pay to win game? It's probably not going to be another year or two, and that's what it's going to turn into.
Maybe. So, I mean, a lot of them do, obviously. What I was going to say, I realized, I must say, when I got extracted, the second mission, I guess, it felt so satisfying because I was like, I survived. I did everything I was supposed to do. I got some loot. And then, you know, it's like, okay, this automatically went to your vault. We automatically sold these things. You can sell these if you want to. You might use them for crafting. And I was like, you know what? I can see how people get into this. But the menus and the scope of it being so, and I just also don't like the way it looks. I'm sorry. Too many colors, too much stuff, too much. It just, and when you go in, it's using ASCII
so
art and then it
cool.
fades into the, and I was like, no, God, what the fuck, man? Pick an
Yeah, when you
aesthetic.
pick it and it's like pixelated, it's like
Yeah.
we're showing what it is.
And then around the moth. What's with the moth? I don't get
well, that's because it's like there's a fungus it's back rooms. It's sort of like that or something. I don't know. Yeah, I think they're trying to just do so much here. And if you follow the
thing
lore,
is,
maybe you're into it. But
it's so close though, because I actually like the kind of older art style that it's got, where you have the blue screen with the green writing. It's
right.
It's something different.
If it was just that, I don't think I'd mind it as much.
Yes.
But I feel like they're doing like 7 art styles at once, and it's just like
everything
my
needs to be a
eyes.
different font, and then we need to flash this color and flash that, and you get this award, and
Gave me a headache.
it's too much.
Yeah. So
I think I'm gonna
go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's a thumbs up from me on this game. To be honest with you, I will try it again. It's one of those I'm going to continue. There's a lot else I don't like about it.
Yeah.
But maybe when you're playing it for just a little bit of fun, maybe you see past some of those other things, or you get used to these flashing things which don't actually mean anything.
I hear you.
But in terms of gameplay, I do like it.
Yeah.
If there's just an easy mode,
right,
I'd love it.
Right.
I wonder if there was like a load of my friends who said we're hopping on it, go and give it a go.
I think it's definitely the type of thing.
We are playing it for a weekend. Would you spend $40? Is it $40? I don't know how expensive this game.
Something like that. It's not. I don't think it's quite up to a full, AAA title, but yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it works for the people of the Bungie, because I really would like to not.
They're winding down Destiny 2, and it's interesting, the Destiny 2 thing, I was surprised at how much I got into that, and I still play it from time to time, because I think it's as complex as it is. The basic game, they throw you in, they're like, hey, here's a gun, go do stuff, and you run it around killing stuff, and it actually is pretty user friendly at first, whereas this game is so not. So it's a thumbs down from me, unfortunately. I respect what it does. There's a lot of stuff I liked about it, but the overall experience just left me feeling frustrated and tense. So I'm just, nah.
Yeah, tense is definitely the word playing this game. But
Ben, thumbs up, thumbs down? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to go thumbs down, because the menus was just, I couldn't even it took me so long to figure out a character that they wanted me to play, which map I wanted to play. Then I'm in it, looking at it. But it was my fault that maybe I should have.
Well, that's the thing. It's always a subjective thing.
Trying to find the font size. I was like, where is the font size? How do I make it bigger? I'm like scanning it, and then obviously you've not moved in 4 minutes.
Sure.
Dead. Like,
yeah.
You know what? As this sort of F this game, I'm done.
This game. I'm done.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Two thumbs down, 1 thumb up.
There you go.
So, yeah, interesting.
There you go. Okay, I don't think I have access to the emails. Let me just, because I know Stu sent some stuff over, but I think they're just the, they're the speak pipes. So, no, there's an email here. Okay, let me play the email song.
That ruled.
And then there is also a speak pipe as well. So, this email comes to us from Jason Gallagher, who is our most steadfast emailer. And I'll see if I can make sense of it as I read this to you. So, it says, I'm guessing Duke is on his own this week. You're correct, Jason. With special guests, since Chin and Stu are off to Brokeback, as in Brokeback Mountain, implying that they're lovers? I don't understand what that means, but whatever. Okay, I'm confused. Well done, Jason. Nothing wrong with that. Everyone deserves a break. Okay. Guys, which Star Trek series has the main character Ro Laren from this upcoming spare no expense AAA Star Trek Shadow Frontier? I didn't know there was. I didn't catch that there's a Star Trek game. Is that a thing?
I'll look it up now.
I am on to this game, he says. So many game announcements this past week, and Xbox is today. I love Sharma. I don't know what that is. I saw her. Was she one of the presenters?
No, that's the Xbox. Phil Spencer's replacement.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Saw her on. Oh, yeah. We've talked about her on this show. Duh. I just don't know names. I'm just now learning who Phil Spencer was, and so now he's gone. I saw her on Bloomberg. She's got me feeling Xbox again. I am excited about many. The game Crossfire PS5 and Xbox with new cover mechanics and the story of a man and woman with different views working together looks amazing. Like a 2026 Graw with a cool story. Like putting Duke into a situation wherein himself, David Cage, and Trump have to work together to save lives. Okay, all those lives are lost because Trump has never worked with anybody ever for any reason. So that just doesn't work. I would work with David Cage to save lives, but I would try to get Trump, and he would be like, no, I can do it myself. I don't need any help from anybody. Only it would control way better than you would think. Here's some controversy. You know the story of Lara Croft? Oh, wait, I messed up. Oh, here we go. You know the story of Lara Croft and how her father's journey and death play a role in her game, Lara Croft Tomb Raider? Well, in the new Lara Croft, you play her deceased father's ghost as the main character. It's called Lara Croft Ghost Dad. He has a comedic side character, which is one of the boulders that used to try to roll over Laura. But don't worry, it can't anymore because there's a big spear sticking out of it, and the boulder is made of pink jello. So, for those who can't follow this, which is probably most people, the new God of War release has you got like a gelatinous cube that moves with you or something. I still don't understand exactly what it is, but he's sort of referencing that in making up this Lara Croft game.
Oh, gosh, you. So combining the both of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it isn't a big green cube of jello with a sword stuck in it, but it'll do. So there's the connection with the actual thing in the new God of War game. The goal is to kill Lara so that she can get her game back. How do you feel about this one? A deceased male character taking Lara's place in the game based on Lara Croft. I think it's man-spreading, disgusting. Is that actually what's happening in the new Lara Croft game? That you're playing her dad? Or is he just making this up?
I don't know. I've not looked into it that much,
I didn't
to be
look
honest
into
with you.
Let me see if I can do a little research here. Would you want to play that game?
Well, it's a Lara Croft Tomb Raider game.
I think he's taking the mick because it's God of War and you're playing as a woman.
So he's imagining, okay, what if we did that the other way? Legacy of Atlantis.
We'll be okay with it.
First adventure. Yeah, no, this isn't. Okay. Okay, so he's just imposing an inversion. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm joking. Goddess of War looks amazing, and I cannot wait to play it. It really ties the story all together. I like the Big Lebowski connection there, Jason. But if they cut to Kratos in an apron baking cookies for the head on his belt while doing Richard Simmons' workout, I am out. They're going to have him doing ads for skincare and therapy, aren't they? The game looks incredible. Okay. I'm a big fan of therapy, so I'll be cool with him doing ads for therapy. I think ads of any kind. Anyway, P.S. Duke, please stop hating. This better not be about GameStop. GameStop is not. Oh my God, dude, let it go. You can look. You can stand GameStop if you want. I am never going to be on board, and it's not hating. It's just, first of all, I don't invest in any companies. I have a retirement investment fund, and that is just. I told the dude just invest in companies that aren't doing the most evil shit ever, and that's it. I've never really even looked into
it. Invested in GameStop.
And no, definitely not. But I just don't play the market in that way. So like, I'm not hating on GameStop. I just think that, well, whatever. Okay. GameStop is now 1% away from the 10% needed to initiate eBay acquisition. They just had their biggest quarter in the company's history. I don't know how that's possible. I would need to look into this more before I respond. Satisfying the needs of their customer base. It's okay you don't fit in here, but you may want to dump off some of your old junk to your local store. If I ever did that, it'd be the Communist Game Shop, where they will soon be able to auction it off for you so you don't have to bother. I love it when a plan comes together, but let's see what happens. Nice A-Team reference there. Hey, Speak Piper, the best puzzle games ever made were Portal 2, Inside, and The Witnessed. Jason.
Nice. Well, thanks,
Jason.
Yes, thank you, Jason. That was
made sense. Fully made sense.
Yeah, a lot of it did make sense, which, I guess he thought, okay, Duke's reading it. I'll have mercy on him and make more sense than usual, but I don't know. Okay, and so now it's time for our one and only Speak Pipe.
Speak Pipe! Speak Pipe! It's the way to leave a message for us.
And because this is Saint Diesel, I'm going to jack up the audio because he tends to be a little quieter on the mix.
Before you put it on, don't you guys must forget about his quiz.
So Stu asked that we wait until he come back. I hope you don't get too offended by that. I'm sorry.
My score was
I know.
outrageously high.
Yeah,
and
we did very well.
Let me tell you, the least when I was listening to that, I thought, thank goodness Kyle's on. And not me, I was there like, I have no idea.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I wouldn't mind doing it, but Stu asked for us to wait, so we're gonna wait.
Fine. I'm disappointed.
Stu wants Stu guess.
Yeah, Stu. I don't want to make Stu mad. I don't like seeing you mad, Kyle, but I really don't like seeing Stu mad. So
that's all right. I'll forgive you this time.
Appreciate that. Stay tuned, everybody. There will be another part of that quiz. There's 2 more parts. So this speak pipe is from Saint Diesel, and it's called The Heirs, Heirs, of our Chinny Chin Chen. So let's have a listen.
Hey, veteran gamers. Since you didn't finish Movie Dialogue Quiz A last week, I'll leave Movie Dialogue Quiz B until at least next week. But I can say that there are 19 clues in the first quiz, so you've got 5 out of 5 so far, perfect score.
Yeah.
You might be able to platinum this quiz, who knows? But if not, there's always Movie Dialogue Quiz B shortly.
Yeah.
But I did want to congratulate Tara and Mike on the unexpected home birth of their second baby daughter on the 28th of May, I believe. And when Mike was telling the story on the speak pipe he sent in, it was both scary and fantastic at the same time.
Yeah.
But my mind works in strange and mysterious ways, you'll probably be shocked to hear. And I couldn't help but think 20 years into the future, I saw Tara and Mike sitting in the audience of the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield, watching the World Snooker Final, and who should come out but the Chin sisters.
Aww.
And they are there to play each other for the title of World Snooker Champion. And they go on to dominate the snooker world for the next 15 years or so. A bit like Venus and Serena Williams with tennis. Fantastic, crazy, you might say. Well, who knows? We don't know what the future's going to bring, but I do know that it's sometime in the near future I'll be back with Movie Quiz B. And that's it for this week.
All right. Thank you, Saint Diesel. We appreciate you sending that in. I do like that idea, actually. It makes me think about when kids get into something. You see kids who are like chess prodigies, or, they're really good at horseback riding. I often wonder, okay, they had to start before they really had the ability to make the decision whether to go into it or not. You know what I mean? That parent put them on that horse or put that chess board in front of them and said, you're going to play this for 6 hours a day. And, obviously at some point the kid has the ability to say no, but I often wonder, we saw it with the King Richard movie. Like he was determined to make his daughters the best in the world at tennis. And they did. And I'm sure they're grateful for that. But there's also, I don't know, kids don't set their own goals for the most part.
Yeah, just think Chinny's spending hours and hours teaching them, and then they go, Dad, I want to play pool. Get
out of my house! You're no daughter of mine!
Dad, I just love pool. That's my passion.
All I want to do is go down the pub and cheer for this football team. Fuck off! I guess you could do both.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with
get the passion that pool gives me, Dad.
Yeah.
All
the balls are the same color when you're playing snooker, Dad. What were you gonna say, Kyle?
Yeah, no, it's interesting again, like you say, with kids, you can't. Well, sorry, you can force kids into doing these sports or activities to kind of hopefully excel. Right. I think those stories are so few and far between, aren't they, where they've been pushed in from an early age and they develop to be these success stories. Because most of the time kids just get burnt out, don't they? But you get pushed so hard, you just you've had enough. And I think when you see the passion that people have, where they may have started something at an early age, but those skills kind of develop and they find their niche and they do those things. Is it good if they want to play snooker because that's what their dad really enjoys and they're professionals at? Then that's cool. But I mean, I don't know what age Chinny's going to start taking the kids to the pub. It'd be interesting to see
him if he goes and plays like snooker or pool and they play him like a proper good game. That would be like a moment for him.
And they want to, you know what I mean? Like that's the thing where if someone chooses to pick it up and it's meaningful for them, so they voluntarily do it. That's beautiful,
Yeah.
Like me, my dad does window cleaning, and then during summer holidays, that's where it all started. So when we were working with my dad, it actually brought me closer towards him. I could see he was like, this is so sweet. Like he was that dude from like having you as a baby to now giving you teaching you a job and a skill.
And he didn't have to have that argument where he was like, "You're going to be a window cleaner," and you were like, "I want to dance," and he was like, "Get the fuck out of my house."
No, I never had that passion.
Yeah, but I think it's cool. Again, if you could spend that time with your folks doing these things that they enjoy, I think it's great. Because I mean, probably gave you another perspective of your dad as well, Ben. You know,
100%. You realize how hard he works. You were like there, like Mum's always here, Dad's never here because he's working, and then you realize, wow, he was grafting.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And my mom was a special ed teacher, which is why I didn't go into special ed, because I saw her busting her ass and having so much frustration that I was like, I want to help kids, but I don't want to help them that much. And I don't want to help the ones who are in so much need. And there's a part of me that's like, I should have done that. I would have been great at it. But I also, in a way, kind of went for self. Now, it's
you got to know your limit. You got to know
your limit. And like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like, I got plenty of stress, and there's lots of kids who need help everywhere. You know what I mean? It's not as though teaching regular ed is easy exactly. It's just that I have a special fondness for special ed teachers, not only because my mom was one of them, but because I know how insane that job is on a level that's even beyond what my job is. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's a new appreciation. Eh?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So that's our speak pipe. We did the email. I think we're ready for shout outs, and then we can wrap it up. So
it's time for a shout out. Hey!
Kyle, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, again, usual nonsense. Thanks very much, Duke, for putting the show on. You've done everything tonight.
I have.
And I think you've done a stellar job.
Well, thank you. I don't need either of those two anymore. That's it. Chinny, Stu, you're fired. Just get out. I got the login. Oh, wait, I can't upload shit. Damn it. Never mind. Please come back. I love you guys.
Yeah, well, we'll delete that part. It's fine. It's not like it's live or anything. But yeah, thanks to family. Thanks to you guys. Good to see you as well, Ben. Nice to see that you're still around. I was convinced at one point you actually James Bond. You know, window cleaner's a cover.
Window cleaner, yeah, that's it. Yeah. No one's gonna buy that. Come up with something better. No, it'll work.
Yeah, but that's me, guys. So yeah, thanks everybody.
Yeah, Ben, shout outs.
Thanks to Stu for being very patient with me, because I was responding and then I was on a boat with no signal for like 2 weeks, and he was like, "What the hell, is he dead?" But I hope he's having a lovely holiday as well, and the drinks are flowing well and the food's going good. And yeah, Chinny as well, big up. Glad it's all going well. His sabbatical is I would say he's chilling, but 2 children.
Probably not much actual chilling. Yeah,
I don't think he's chilling.
Yeah.
And,
it's going to be a tough couple of weeks.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that is going to be tough. Yeah, and Duke for running it all, and Cher, my girlfriend, for letting me do this, because I randomly was like, "Hey, I'm coming to the Netherlands, and I need your space, your laptop, and
you can't come in the room for 3 hours."
Yeah. So
don't ask me what we're doing. Don't knock on the door.
Yeah. So
what's Dutch for? We need to have a talk, Ben.
Oh yeah, not like that.
Yeah.
But yes, and Kyle for filling in as well, being so flexible. You've been so kind.
Yeah, no worries.
You did a cracking job, mate. I love it listening to it as well. You've got such a good persona. Like, you make it flow really well.
So thanks. I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but I really appreciate that, Ben. Thank you.
I think neither of us do.
Yeah. That's all good.
All right. Well, I will shout out the listeners. There have been some people in the chat, so thanks to them. Let's see. Pemby2, Chrome Sitar, DJ Steno, Chloe Mobby. I think that person is here for you, Ben. Sherilyn, we said, Fraser, Jason Gallagher, and Colin Smith. So thanks to everybody who's been tuned in and everybody listening to the podcast.
I saw Jason called us, "Hey, it's Kyle from South Park and Mr. Windex."
Yeah, sure. Mr. Windex is cute and original. I mean, Kyle's just like the name of another person named Kyle.
Yeah, it's too easy.
Yeah, but it's fine. I mean, you know, he made references to Lebowski and other A-Team in his email. He also said, "I played Marathon and deleted it." And yeah, so that was, I don't blame you. That's kind of what I did. So, yeah, and I'll shout out Stu and Chinny because hopefully they'll listen to this. I don't know. And shout out to you two guys for stepping in, and shout out to the Duchess for well, she's making dinner tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm just babbling now, so I'm going to bring it to a close. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
We are getting done.
Thank you. Good night. Much love.
All right, show's over. No refunds. You heard the robot. Get out.
Won't you, won't you, won't you, why don't you just switch off the television set and go and do something less boring instead? Sitting at home, watch TV, turn it up, slow cook something.
Oh my God. I just remembered something that I wanted to say. I'll say it now. You guys ready for this?
Go on.
I uninstalled Rocket League.
On purpose.
And then reinstalled it because I was having this problem where it wouldn't quit out. Like Steam, it just said like I'd quit the game and I could see that the game had quit. You can't Alt-Tab back into it. I'd open the task manager and it's not there. But Steam says it's still running. So I'd have to quit out of Steam in order to quit Rocket League and then restart Steam. So I was just like, this is frustrating as fuck. So online I did a search and someone said, try to do like a verify the game files or something. This is the things you have to do when you're on the PC. You're smart to stick to console. Anyway, so it was like, yeah, so I did that and it still didn't fix it. And I restarted the computer, still didn't fix it. So I was like, okay, I'll try uninstalling and reinstalling it. And that still didn't fix it. I was like, And then I restarted the computer again and it seems to be working now. So I'm like, okay, fingers crossed it doesn't happen again. It's not a big deal. It's just one of those things that's just annoying enough to want to try to figure it out. But once I spent 20 minutes looking into it, I'm like, okay, I don't care enough anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just live with it. So.
Yeah, well, when you do figure it out, I know it sounds ridiculous, but put the stuff on Reddit and that as well.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know what you mean. Yeah. Well,
because...
that's the thing is, right. It just sort of seems to have fixed itself. So maybe but I should put a post, because I did put a post on the Rocket League Reddit saying, hey, anyone else have this problem? And a couple of people are like, yeah, I had it. I don't really know what caused it. But I know what you mean, because there have been so many times I've gone looking for solutions to a problem, and then someone suggests something, or people are like, I don't know how to fix this, and then the thread just ends and it's just like, no, someone must have solved this. I know what you mean. So I agree, that's a good public service to do.
Yeah, I went on particularly GTA Vice City when I was playing that on PlayStation, and I couldn't figure out how to throw the pizzas when you're doing the pizza delivery missions.
Yeah.
So I go online, look at the whole thing. No one could find an answer, but then I found I could change the control layout, and then it worked. So I just put that on, and I'm still getting like a few upvotes, from. I mean, I did that post probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Right. Thank
Even
you
now,
so
you'll
much.
still
I
get
was
the
trying to
occasional
get
one.
this figured out. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it's good to do.
That comes in clutch when you're looking for that niche.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You find the answer. You're like, this is why the internet is.
I once made an account on. I don't remember where it was. It was someplace where it was not easy to make an account. And this was before you could just say, use my Google account or whatever, in order to thank the person. Because I was so frustrated. And then someone had solved it. And I was like, I got to let them know. And they may or may not have ever even gotten the message. But it's that thing of like, this is what the internet is for. It's like people helping each other out. So.
Yeah, it makes me always laugh when you look at some of the responses, and someone's had the exact same problem 3 years ago.
Right.
It's still not been resolved.
Oh,
So,
Colin,
mad.
that's so nice. He had this nice stuff about positive feedback, and we love teachers. Enjoy your break. I do enjoy my break. I'll talk about how, I feel bad about this or that, but once the break comes, man, that's the nicest thing about the job. For 2.5 months, I get to just be like, fuck it, I am not looking at anything. People are like, I sent you an email in July. I'm like, and? Like, you couldn't seriously think I was going to look at that, did you?
Do you send an email in the future?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
All
no,
right,
it's good.
man.
I've got a saying that you can't have a rainbow without a little rain.
Oh yeah, totally.
And that's the big thing is you got to take the positives with a little bit of negative every now and again.
Bitter with the better, man. 100%.
Yep. All right, guys.
All right, I got to be out, but thank you again so much, both of you. I hope you have a wonderful week.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, Duke.
And we'll be in
Done a
touch
great
about
job.
what's happening next week, because I don't know, and I assume Stu has thoughts, but we'll figure it out and we'll let you know.
We
All
just
right,
keep
cool.
rolling and enjoying life.
Indeed.
That's the key.
Next time
All
you
right.
talk to me, I will be on summer break. What?
Nice.
See you all later.
All right.
Take it
bye.
easy, Ben.
Bye.
Cheers. Duke,
Cheers. Bye.
Okay, that's enough. No more talking.